Ask me how I am paying the price. Thankful that I'm still alive. There's so much more.
Notification pull through.
Focus on a compliment the pain. Only getting older. And we are live, guys.
Awesome. Welcome, everybody. I hope you guys have a lot of fun. We're building the Instagram UI clone today. And today we have with us Laura, who's going to be coding along with us. And
Hello.
Yeah, we're super excited. Yeah.
This is super exciting, guys. Laura, how are you feeling today?
Nairobi, Kenya.
Laura, yeah, I'm great. I'm really excited to build an Instagram clone.
Yeah, Laura, where are you tuning in from? Let the audience know.
Oh yeah, I'm from Los Angeles, California. So I'm super excited to be working on this.
Awesome. And I'm from Malawi. I'm tuning in from Malawi, Blantyre, Malawi. And it's 10 p.m. over here. Late nights. Let's see. Let's do some late night coding today.
Doing a midnight jam over here. Shout out to Lisa in the house. Lisa is in the house right now. One of our team leads for one of our cohorts. Welcome, Lisa.
We see Asif is watching us on Facebook. What's up, Asif?
Shout out, Asif. Shout out.
So we're gonna wait for another 5 or 7 minutes. Let's get some people to join us on Facebook and Zoom. The Zoom and Facebook link are on the descriptions. If you're joining us via email, it's on the email. If you're joining us through one of our social media posts, it should be on the post itself.
Harjit, I'm just gonna actually drop the link, the GitHub link to the application, so that people can actually.
From Malawi, Blantyre, Malawi, and it's 10 p.m. over here. I hear myself, man. I hear myself.
Sorry, guys. I was tripping. I was like, whoa, Harjit, are you talking to me right now? Yo, Laura, Asif is giving you a shout out. He says it's great to have you here. Joel, my boy, Joel, it's so good to have you here, bro. Shout out, man. Welcome to the house. Let's do this, guys. We'll be starting in about 5 to 7 minutes. Just waiting for a few more people to tune in.
Two kids with their hearts on fire. Who's gonna save us now? When we thought that we couldn't get higher, things started looking down. I look at you and you look at me like nothing but strangers now. Two kids with their hearts on fire. Don't let it burn us out. Think about
Yo,
what.
Mikey's in the house. Shout out, Michael. Good to have you here, guys. Joel and Michael, I miss you guys so much. You know, once things get better with COVID, you know, we gotta hit the bar, man. Yo, Harjot, I'm just trying to share the repository, but it's not really appearing on my.
We have
on my
Laura.
Oh
We have
yeah.
Laura.
Hey, Laura
Hey.
P's here. Awesome. It's so good to have you here, Laura.
This is so much fun. Rotondo, how's
Bring
it
it back
going,
to
man?
memories, man.
Hey, good thanks, good thanks. How are you?
Super
Shout out
pumped and
to
super
Tonda.
excited.
Welcome,
Shout
welcome,
out.
welcome. Happy Saturday. That's right.
Yes.
I'm tuning in from Malawi, Blantyre,
Sorry,
Malawi.
guys. Again,
And it's 10
my
p.m.
chat
over
room.
here.
that's me again. Sorry. Let's do this, guys. Instagram clone. We're gonna do this thing. Build it live. Add this amazing project to your portfolio. You know, learn a whole lot of stuff with HTML, CSS. This should be epic, guys. This should be super epic. We have Zolotov in the house. Shout out Zolotov. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Nice. It's good to see that you know, people from SA are tuning in for some, you know, midnight jamming. This is great stuff, guys. So, Jyot, are we going to start at 10 past?
Yeah, I think that's 6 more minutes and then we're starting.
Awesome, guys. Awesome.
Nice.
In the meantime, you guys can feel free to, we're just going to send through a few assets and stuff. We're going to just put it up on the repository right now. So for example, just the fab icon, you guys can just pull that from the repository and we can start coding along.
Awesome, guys. I really recommend everyone to be coding along. It's good practice for you. If you get lost somewhere, don't worry about it. We are recording the session, so you can access the session on our YouTube channel.
Yeah. Also, guys, if you ever have any questions, please feel free to drop your question in the chat. And then one of us is going to answer the question.
Hey, feeling good, like I should. When in circle, walk around the neighborhood. Feeling blessed, never stressed. Got that sunshine on my Sunday best. Hey, every day can be a better day despite the challenge. All you gotta do is leave it better than you found it. It's gonna get difficult to stand, but hold your balance. I just say whatever, cause there is no way you'll found. Everyone falls down sometimes, but you just gotta know it'll all be fine. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Feeling good, like I should. When in circle, walk around the neighborhood. Feeling blessed.
Guys, if you have any song requests, please feel free to drop it in the chat.
Some days you wake up and nothing works, you feel surrounded. Gotta give your feet some gravity to get you grounded. Keep good things inside.
Guys, if you're like new to HTML, CSS, you've never developed a website before, we have a program starting on the 1st of November. Application deadlines on the 21st of October. Please go check it out. You can go check it out at Zyro.io. Yeah.
yeah, guys, the thing is we're going to try our best to deliver as much content as possible in this session, but we won't be able to cover everything due to time constraints. So definitely consider that option. It is a part-time program, guys. So, you know, if you have other commitments, you know, it'll be accommodated. So it should be a lot of fun, guys.
We should be starting in the next 2 minutes, guys. Hope you're all ready. I'm super excited and pumped over here.
Super pumped, guys. Instagram is a lot of like, who doesn't use Instagram? I mean, like, I'm actually just gonna post a story on Instagram right now.
I'm on Instagram, guys.
We're about to build Instagram, you know.
One more drink, one more Bacardi, one more dance at this after party. We still going strong. Speed so fast, like a Ferrari. We get wilder, like on safari. We still going strong.
Shout out, everybody. Welcome to the house. Shout out, shout out. Come on, guys. Show me some love. I'm on Instagram right now. Come on, guys. That's right. We're gonna be building Instagram right now. This should be a lot of fun, guys.
Right.
Tune in. We're waiting for another 2 minutes before we begin.
Shout out to Jelena. Jelena in the house, guys.
Shout out, Jolina.
This is really cool. We have viewers from the US, Mexico, South Africa, Malawi, Kenya. This is amazing.
That's right.
Love this technology, guys. And it's 10 past 10 here in Malawi, and we can jump right into it now. Cool.
Let's go.
Let's do
Awesome.
this, guys. I'm gonna enable screen sharing over here. And Laura, do you wanna begin?
Sure. So here is my desktop. So we're doing Instagram. This is the website for Instagram. As you can see, if we're just looking at this from more of a coding perspective, we have a nav bar here, which is kind of like a first row. And then you have the second row here with 2 columns. The first one is the posts, and the second one is this little suggestions for you part. Another interesting part of this is the posts does scroll, but the suggestions doesn't. So we're gonna have to look at that. And the next thing that we're going to do is start coding. So I'm gonna open my Visual Studio Code. I already have the repo, but I'm going to start by doing index.html.
Hey, Laura, do you mind just pulling the code again? Because I actually pushed up a few things. So just
Okay,
pull the
cool.
code. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna do terminal git pull master.
So you can just have git pull and it should work. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Okay.
Okay.
Does that work?
Just delete the index.html file that you created.
Okay.
And yeah, try pulling now.
Okay.
Oh,
awesome.
yeah.
So now these are just our, average folders. So we're going to start off. We can do the exclamation part and then enter, and then we get all these nice things without actually typing them out. And then we're going to connect our style sheet. So styles.css, and we're going to change the title from document to Instagram. Okay. And the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna make some divs in our body. So let's start out with the main container one. And then within our container, like we said, we kind of have the two rows, the nav bar and the main part of it. So we're going to start out with the nav bar. And we're going to do a main container. And then within the main container, we have the two rows. So we're going to do a div called posts. And then we're going to do a div called suggestions.
Hey, Laura, do you want to show like what exactly the posts are and what the suggestions are?
Sure. So this area is the posts, kind of what you'd think of for posts on Instagram. And then this is the suggestions side of the screen. All right. So now we're going to start doing more of the nav bar. So the first thing that we're going to do is create a nav bar inner. If we inspect the Instagram page, which you can just do with right click and then inspect. Chrome has a bunch of cool tools. A lot of the browsers do, but I feel like Chrome actually has more functions that you can use to really inspect your page and see what you're doing. So we're going into the nav bar. We can look and just go in and continue inspecting. And here is this inner part you can see with the blue, and then the green part is actually some padding. And that's the part that we're going to be working with now as the navbar inner. Okay. And so get div for that. And the first thing that we're going to focus on is the logo. So I'm going to make a logo div. And the way that we're
basically for those of you who are wondering how the divs are getting created automatically, Visual Studio Code has this really cool tool called Emmet. So if you just do dot and then the class name, it'll automatically create a div for you. It's the same as doing div.classname. So yeah, Visual Studio Code is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really neat. It's a lot better than typing out, div class equals.
Exactly.
A lot faster. Yeah. Okay, so next we're going to get the image tag. So we're inspecting this specific part. And then you can copy element. And then I'm just going to paste that right in here. And then Shift Option F. You can make it so that it's all nicely aligned. And we don't want the class that they were using. So yeah, we have this nice thing. And if you're thinking about what this SRC set is basically, it's giving you another option of the size of the logo if you're changing the size of your screen. So now we're gonna go into this, and I'm just going to split the screen so that we can see both at the same time. Get rid of this so you have some more room. And then for the styling, we want to make sure that we're getting rid of any default styling that there could be. So we want to make sure that the margin is 0 and padding is 0. And then there's also another one that's called border box, I think.
Yeah, so box sizing, border box.
Box sizing, border box.
I mean, for those of you who are wondering what box sizing border box does, it basically allows you to specify the height of a certain element. And if you add some margin and padding to it, the height of the element won't be changed. If you don't use border box by default, if you specify the height of an element, and then on top of that, you add some margin and padding, the actual height of the element is going to be the margin plus padding plus the height that's specified. So if we want better control over our elements, we'll use box sizing border box. So this is a general practice that you'll see in a lot of projects.
Mm-hmm. So I also just made this container. So that's setting the container, the height of the container to be 100 view height. So that's all of your screen. And just to remind you, the container is this main div that we have for most of the screen. And I just want to make sure that this is working properly. So I'm I'm gonna do a background color. Let's just do aqua. It's nice. Open with live server. Nice. So as we can see here, we have the nice background color and Instagram, but unfortunately it doesn't look like it should yet. So we're gonna have to do some more styling. So we're going to style the navbar. And before we get to the logo, let's just make sure that the general navbar looks nice. So the first thing that we're gonna do is get this little, or the first thing we wanna do is find the height of the navbar. And we can see from here, if we look at this, the height, or you can also look at this computed, that's probably nicer. This navbar inner is going to have a width of, it's actually, we can filter and look for the width. So it gives you the width of 975, and we can see the height is 54. But that's for the navbar inner. For the normal navbar, the width adjusts with the size of your screen. So we just want to focus on the height. X, nice.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So height. We already set the height. So we just want to do width is 975 px. Nice. So I mean, if you guys are wondering, like, you know, why are we creating navbar inner and then having like a navbar outer? I mean, Laura, do you mind just opening your Instagram and just showing them, like, that's how Instagram did it, right? So there's like an inner div that has, you know, a width of 975. So like, no matter what the screen size is, that specific div stays 975 pixels. So I mean, like later on, we'll be doing a few media queries as well. So, you know, as the screen gets smaller, I mean, Laura, do you want to make the screen smaller once? Just check it out. So as the screen gets smaller, you can see that a few things change. So we'll be writing media queries as well to cater for these changes.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay. So the next thing that we are going to focus on is this nice border for the navbar. And the way that we can see what the exact color is instead of just trying to guess is color, and then you just do any color, and then you can use this neat color picker, and you can say, oh, here it is, and then you copy and paste, and it's for the whole navbar. As you can see, the border goes across the whole way, not just the inner part. So we're going to do that in the navbar. So border bottom, because it's only on the bottom, and we want to make sure it's 1 pixel and it's solid, and our color is going to be, I just had copy and pasted from the color picker. So we have that, and I'm going to get rid of this background color because we want to be able to see the border color better. Nice. So we have the same size and color as we did before. So the next thing that we're going to do is
I think let's fix the logo. Something seems to be.
You need to add the Instagram URL. So
right.
URL, there's no Instagram on it.
Okay, so that's
I think
HTTPS.
Copy. Oh. Okay, yeah. I mean, you could just copy it, Laura. You can just copy it from Instagram straight away.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's easier. So copy and paste there, and we have to do it for both. Nice.
There's like double slashes.
Oh. Yeah. Oh. Okay, so that should be looking better. Nice. So now, but it's as you can tell, it's to the left. It's not properly aligned. So what we're going to do is we're going to do justify content center and display flex to solve that issue. So
guys, if you're wondering what what flex is, Flex is just a really cool way of reorganizing elements using CSS. So there's also CSS grid that you can use, but we prefer using Flex. Like we've been using this for a while. It's also really cool for when you're building mobile applications, you can also use Flex. So yeah, I think it's a great way of just reorganizing elements and arranging them using CSS.
Okay.
Cool.
I think that's it. Oh, and I think we also need to add some padding to the navbar inner.
Do you want to just check how Instagram did it? Like how much padding they added?
Sure. Okay. So here we go there and we can go to computed. So we can see that they have no padding on the top and bottom and 20 on the left and right.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to do for our navbar inner. So 0 and then 20.
So this
And
basically
that should
0 for the top and bottom and 20 for the left and right.
okay.
I think
Maybe
why
one of
Instagram
line
logos
items.
are on top is because the justify content center, there's no semicolon at the end. I think that could be a
Okay.
reason.
And I think we also need to align items, right? So
Align
align items vertically align the items.
Is that on navbar or navbar inner?
I think you can do that on navbar inner. It makes more sense there.
Okay.
Because we'll be putting like, the icons, we'll also be putting that search bar. So I think, Laura, you also need to specify the display flex. I don't think it'll work without that.
It is, yeah, it's already displayed.
I think it's working. Yeah, I have it.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
Is it, dude, like, can I just, Laura, do you mind just opening your screen again? Is it
Yeah.
fine?
I think so.
Okay. I don't know. I feel like it could be a little more low for some reason. Is it just me? Maybe it's just me.
Maybe it's a little more.
I think it's
Let's see.
fine. Yeah.
You've given it a height. What's the height you've given to the navbar? That's 54 pixels. That's exactly
Yeah.
what he's using.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think why
I think
don't you just add align items to the vertical, to the navbar itself as well? I think let's
Okay.
add it above as well. So in both
Yeah.
places. So guys, justify content is like for horizontal alignment, and then align items is for vertical alignment. I don't think that made a difference.
That didn't
Yeah.
make a difference. You wanna inspect the element and see why it's on top and not on the bottom.
Yeah.
So inspect the Instagram logo on our
Instagram logo.
Yeah.
Let's see this.
Let's see. Let's go over it.
Oh, I think I know why.
What could be the reason?
Guys, I think
it says the navbar inner. I think I have to change that to be a certain height too.
No, just do height 100% so that it fits to the parent container. So that's the issue.
Okay.
You're spot on, Laura. Great stuff. Great stuff.
Thanks.
Cool.
Nope, that didn't work.
No, but I think we just need to align items center now in the navbar inner.
Okay.
Yeah. Guys, by the way, if you have suggestions on how we
Okay.
can
There we go.
struggling, drop them on the comments. We learning as well.
Awesome, guys. Now it's just so
Okay.
cool to see how things are done, like, at these companies. You can just literally see what they're doing, which is one of the
Yeah.
cool things about building these clones. Sure, I think that was good stuff. I think, yeah, thanks, Laura. I know this was nerve-wracking for you. It's the first time. Yeah, I think you did a great job. Cool. So
Thanks.
That was great.
So yeah.
Laura, do you
Get,
so just
Hi
commit.
guys.
yeah.
Emmanuel, shout
I'm
out.
here.
Welcome.
How you guys doing?
All good. It's good to see you here, man.
Yeah, nice,
Good to see
nice.
you, man.
Just been watching the background for a bit, and yeah, it's nice.
Try code along, dude. Try code along.
Nice.
Try code along.
Yeah.
Guys, take like Insta stories and tag us if you're coding along or if you're doing any progress with the application. Yeah, we want to see it coming up.
Shout out Manjot. Manjot is giving us some love from India. Shout out, man. It's good to see
Shout
you
out.
here.
It's nice.
Always, always. Of course we're rocking. That's how we roll. Cool.
Cool. So I'm gonna share my screen first. Yeah, I'm sharing.
Shout out to Lourdes. Lourdes is in the house. Awesome. It's good to see you here, Lourdes from Mexico. Welcome. Also, shout out to Brian. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's good to see you guys here. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this is going to be like, really useful for you guys.
So I'm just gonna pull everything Laura has done, so that I get the code, and let's see if I've got all the code. Yep, I've got all the code. Fantastic. And now I'm going to run this on my live server. Let me just set up my working environment quickly. Let me come out of here and cool. Yeah, this looks good. So Laura, you were using a 13-inch computer, right?
Yeah.
You really make a difference. This is perfect. This looks exactly like Instagram. I'm going to open Instagram here. And
shout out to Emmanuel, giving Laura some love. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Yes.
This is awesome.
Thank you.
Cool. Now,
shout out to Laura, Laura P. Cool.
Amazing. So let's continue now, guys. The next thing we have on the navbar is actually the search bar over here. Then we've got some icons, and yeah, let's proceed by completing these things now on the navbar. So I've got the logo. This logo is set up perfectly fine. Let's get the search bar now. So I'm just gonna collapse this, close this. And inside the navbar inner, so I'm going to continue working inside the navbar inner because this is basically the navbar inner, and I'll call that a search bar. So dot search bar, love Visual Studio, and inside the search bar, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to create another div, and inside the div I can see there's like an icon. Let's actually inspect what these guys have done. So I'm going to use the inspect tool over here, and let's see what they've done. Because it's easier to just copy what they're doing. So they've got like an input box here, and this is what they're displaying first. So if you notice, when you click on it, it like completely changes it. You can see like the input box, and they're using JavaScript for this. For this clone, we won't be using JavaScript. We're just focusing on HTML, CSS. So we won't be implementing that part of the platform, rather just the outer look of it. Cool. So they have an outer div, and then they have padding inside that, and then they have like an inner div, and inside the inner div they have the two spans. The first span is basically the search icon, and then the second span is the search itself, the text. So that's what I'm gonna do. So we have the search bar as the first div, and inside this I'm gonna create another div. I'll call it search bar inner, and inside search bar inner we have two spans. The first one is actually the logo, so the icon. So I'll give it a class.
Call it like search icon.
Like search icon. Huh? Yeah. And then the second one is the text. So span, I'll keep that in the span as well. I'll call this the search text, and add the search text in it. Perfect. Now let's actually style this. I'm going to split my screen here. So split left, put my HTML code, my CSS code there. I'll continue working in the styles of CSS, and I'll just close this. Perfect. For the search bar, let's actually inspect what they've done. So as you can see, we've got a search there, but it's chilling right at the end. It shouldn't be that. So let's actually see what they've done in terms of the structure. So they have that inner navbar inner, and then they have like a fixed width to the Instagram logo. Let's see if we've done that. So the navbar logo itself, does it have a fixed width? I don't think we've given it a fixed width, and we should do that. So I'm going to create a logo class. In the logo class, I'll give it a width, And the width is, let's actually inspect that. It's actually 360 pixels, if you can see. The highlighted component. It's 360 pixels, so I'm going to give it a fixed width of 360 pixels. We can check that it doesn't change as we resize it, so I'm going to just open width here. Yeah, so width is 360 pixels. I'm going to try resize my window, and it should stay the same. Yeah, it does stay the same. So basically, the widths inside the navbar inner are fixed for each and every component, and we're going to use the same method. So 360 pixels. And now the Instagram logo should stick to the left, and then the search text on the right hand side. Perfect. Now let's actually inspect the inner div, the second div, which is the search bar. And they've actually given a width to that as well. It's actually 215 pixels. So let's do that. So this is for the search bar. So I'm going to create a search bar here and give it a width of, what was it again? 215, right?
Yeah.
215 pixels.
Perfect.
And then let's actually see how they actually got the logo there. Or do you want to do like give it a border first, all around?
Yeah, let's put a border first. Yeah.
Let's give it a border first, right? So they have like the search div there, then they have the input class, they have another div inside of that. And they've actually styled and given a border to the inside div. So we'll do the exact same thing. We have a search bar inner, so I'm gonna create a search bar inner style and give it a border all around. 1px solid. Let's get the color from here itself. I think they're using the same color, but just to confirm, yeah, I'm going to use the color picker tool again. Oh,
Hey, Arjun, I think if we were using the same color, we should like just show them how to create variables using CSS.
yeah,
That
let's see if it's the same color. If it's the same color, we'll use a variable. So it's db, db, db. Let's see if that's the color we use on top.
Oh yeah, it is. It is.
This is actually db, db. So that's for all the borders. So to create a variable, Akhil, do you want to remind me what the syntax was?
I think it's called :root.
:root, yeah. :root, and then
Exactly.
dash, variable color border. Yeah, we're just defining a variable here, and I'm going to give it a color. So that's the color.
So guys, we're just basically following the dry principle here. If you find yourself repeating, like if you find yourself repeating your code again and again, it's always best to just create a variable. Because let's say in future you decide to change it to a little darker fade. You don't have to change it in multiple places. You just change the variable.
Awesome. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change from here itself. Let's rather use a variable. To use the variable, use the var keyword, and inside the variable, you just call the variable name. That's color border, and it should continue looking the same. That's perfect.
Yeah, quick question. So for the variable, do you always have to use the hyphenated symbols?
No, you don't really have to use the hyphenated symbols. You can give it any other name, but for best practices, we will be using this. Like in CSS, you always name your variables like this. So that's just best practice.
All right, makes sense.
Cool. So I'm going to use a variable here again, dash color border, and let's see if we have that. Yeah, that looks more like it. Yeah, cool. Now the next thing is, let's actually inspect this div. They have a padding inside, like a 7-pixel padding all around it. So I'll give that as well. 7 pixels. And then, do they have a height? Oh, that looks a bit bigger than
big, yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what we're gonna do is actually give it
I think let's specify the height. I think there's a height to it, to the outer div.
yeah, there's a
It's
height to the
28.
outer div. Let's see if there's a height to the outer div. There is actually a height. It says 28 pixels. So let's actually give it a height of 28 pixels. Amazing. Did that work? Let's see. Let's actually inspect this and see if
Okay.
it works. So the search bar itself has a height of 28 pixels, but I think it's the text which is pushing it out, eh?
Yeah, I think we just need to change the size of the text.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll change the style of the text in a bit. Now let's actually get the search icon in it. Yeah.
Okay.
So to get the search icon, let me just create the search icon here. And let's inspect the Instagram. Let's see how they have added the search icon. And it's literally, it's just a span, it doesn't have any other property. Let's actually see the styles of CSS, what they have in the styles. They've actually used a background position, background size, which means there should be an image standing somewhere. Yeah, there's actually an image here. So they actually use this background image. I'm just going to open this up in a new tab. Can I open this up in a new tab? Does it work? Should work. Reveal, open a new tab. Yeah. So, wow, okay. So they're using this, and what they're actually doing is they locating the icon. So there should be a search icon somewhere. Here it is. So they're locating this icon using background position. So they should have like background position here. They're using this and giving that position a height and width, and basically extracting the icon from the image. So let's try doing that. So what I'm going to do is literally just copy paste what they've done here, because I want the URL. I'm not going to save that URL. I'll add, let me copy paste the Instagram URL as well.
Yeah.
Cool. And let's see the background position. They said background, no repeats. Let me just copy all this style because they're all required to extract the search icon.
Yo, Harjot, I think there's an extra slash, yeah?
Is it? Oh yeah, thanks. Awesome. Perfect. Let's see if the Instagram, it's actually not appearing, eh? Let's see what's wrong. So there is a search icon. It has 18 pixels in width.
So guys, I know the issue. Basically, when we're dealing with spans, right? Spans are by default a display of inline property, right? And when you're dealing with inline properties, you cannot specify a height and width to it. You need to make it inline block. And if it's inline block, it allows you to specify a height and width. So this should work now.
That did work, but I can't see the
icon didn't pop up, but at least the height and stuff applied.
Height and width. So it's 10 pixels. The icon didn't pop. I think it's our background position. The background position did not work. Okay, here I think this is the right background position. Let's get that.
Okay.
So it was probably extracting from some other area in the image. So it probably went to like a blank spot and extracted that.
Yeah.
And
Well,
yeah, awesome guys. This is great. This is fun.
Yeah.
So we've got the search icon there. It looks very similar, exactly the same actually. Now let's actually, I think there is some like border radius to it, right? To the entire box.
Yeah.
The entire div.
So there's like a little bit of curve. It's not like exactly pointed.
Yeah.
That's what we mean by border radius.
Let's actually find out what that is. It should be to the parent div. Let's go to computed and see if they have a border to it. Don't see a border here.
Border radius. Border dash radius.
Maybe, oh yeah, it is there. It's actually 3 pixels. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a border radius to the search bar inner, because that's what has the border, right?
So wait, isn't
border,
it search bar?
Sorry?
Isn't it for search bar?
Let's try. Let's try. But the search bar inner has the border. Why would we put it to search bar?
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense, right? So border radius, 3 pixels. I think that should be fine. Yeah, that looks pretty good actually. The height is still an issue. We will fix that. We'll come back to that. I think it's because of the text. If not, we'll figure that out. It also has some sort of background color. So I think the background color is on the entire div, eh? Does it have a background color? Or let me just use a color picker and get the background color from it. Cool, 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 cool. Color. See what background color they're using here. I don't think I have to use that as a variable, eh? We're not using that anywhere else. So I'm just gonna keep
Yeah.
it for that. And the entire search bar has that background. Oops. Background color, and I'll give that color. Let's see. See if that works. That worked, right? It did not.
I think it did. Did.
It did, but you see this that's like small space on the bottom. So there is something that is pushing it down. This padding there. I see there's some padding. This is very interesting. We need to figure out why this is
Check our
happening.
logo. What's going on with the? Okay, never
It's
mind.
happening with the entire search bar inner. Let's reduce the size. Let's play around with the span first. Let's see what they've done. So to the text itself, so I'm going to go to the span search texts and style that quickly. Dot search text, and let's see. Let's actually inspect that. So they're using ways to text color.
Just check the font size.
Okay, font size actually 14 pixels, font weight of 300, font color, this is the font color they're using. So I'm just gonna copy this and we use that here. So font size of 14 pixels, am I right? Font weight of 300 and what else was there? Color.
Color.
Yeah, awesome, guys. Okay, that's decent. There's still something wrong
There's
with it.
Yeah, I
This
think
like
it's-
all, I'm not sure why that is happening.
do you want to try adding the I think it's something to do with the padding.
Something's wrong with the padding, yeah. Let's see what they've done. So they have padding, so they've given a height to that div. That's inline left. I'm just gonna see if they actually gave a height. They gave a width to it. Align height and font weight. So I don't think they've given a height to this, eh? Let's check the parent div now. The parent div has a width, has a height of 28 pixels, and has a line height of 18 pixels. Does line height really matter?
I don't think it matters, no.
Doesn't matter, eh?
Yeah.
And then that's the entire thing. So where are we going wrong, eh? There's something.
So there's an outer height, right?
There's an outer height, and then there's that inner, and then oh, they actually have 3 divs inside. That's why this is happening.
Huh.
But does that really matter? They've given a width to this.
Yo, can you just go back to our CSS? Where did we add like the padding and stuff?
Okay, so here's our CSS. We added a padding to the search bar inner. Let me try adding it to the search bar. Something to do with the padding. Okay, the padding didn't work there. No,
Yeah.
that is completely wrong.
Dude, do you want to just add the background color inside of search bar inner as well?
Okay. And the entire thing gets a background color. So I rate it because of the padding. We're getting these issues, right?
Yeah, something to do with the padding because it's supposed to be 28 pixels, not 34. Ours is 34 pixels for some reason.
So let's see. 34 pixels. That's very weird. Let's see. Can I reduce the padding to, let me say 2 pixels? Just wanna see.
Just remove the padding for now.
Well, honestly saying, if we can just play around with the padding a bit, we'll get to that styling. So if we use like 5 pixels, let's say 5 pixels, bit less, 4 pixels. Now we're guessing, but doing the
No,
job, eh?
dude, I think just hover over hover over one of the divs on Instagram.
That worked though. Look at that.
Hey, I mean, like if it works,
It works.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. Okay, so let's center align that. So what I'm gonna do is center align the search bar inner. So I'm gonna give it a display flex. Display of flex. Align items center and justify content center. So I want everything to be center aligned. Let's see if that worked. Beautiful. There's some sort of space in here.
Yeah.
Let's actually get that. There's a margin. There's a 6 pixels margin to the icon. So search icon actually has a margin right of 6 pixels. Beautiful.
Yeah. Listen, quick question.
Yeah.
Sure.
With the align items and the justify content, like isn't sometimes when I'm coding with them, I kind of get confused with that. Can someone try to clarify their differences for me or something? Yeah.
Sure, man. So basically, justify content is like for the horizontal alignment. So like if you have multiple items, justify content will put it in the center, right? But align items is for the vertical alignment. So if you have like, a certain height, by default, it's probably just going to appear at the top, and you need to do align item center so it comes to the middle. So that's the only difference. But if you use flex direction of column, the axis switches. So justify content will become the vertical alignment, and then align items will become horizontal alignment. But by default, justify content is horizontal, right, for horizontal, and then align items is for vertical.
Okay,
cool.
Thanks.
Hope that answers. Akhil, I see they have a different font. We not using the same font. So do you want to import like Bootstrap?
I mean, we could. I could just send you the link for Bootstrap.
You can just send me the link. Meantime, I'll just continue. Just keep the link ready because they're using some different font. Bootstrap has that font as default, so we can use that. Because ours looks a bit different, even though we use the same font size. I also see there's like some small issue with the Instagram logo. It goes up and down. Akhil,
yeah. Dude, just check out the Bootstrap thing. I just sent it to you, the Bootstrap link.
Perfect. Okay, got it. So I'm just gonna paste the Bootstrap link. So you can get Bootstrap this link from the website, the Bootstrap website. I just didn't want to waste time, so
I can also just pop the link to the Bootstrap website. That's fine.
Yeah, I think that'll work. Let's see. Yeah, it worked. There you go. Oh, okay. Now there's some defaults issue. So I think we're using some default keyword. So Bootstrap has its own keywords, and we're probably using container. So we're using container. Container is actually a default keyword in Bootstrap. So we need to remove the styling from it, because if you notice, there's some sort of padding on the left and right now. You see, or on the container. We need to get rid of that quickly. That's we can.
It's a Bootstrap class, so it'll just use the Bootstrap styles.
So I'm just gonna override it, padding 0, and that should get rid of it. Perfect. Why did
Okay, so the reason that didn't work is because you imported the Bootstrap link above the styles.css. The styles.css should be below because we want to overwrite anything that could be in Bootstrap.
Correct. Yeah. Sweet. That works, but now there's still some issue with the styling.
Dude, just call it something else. Call it like main container or something.
Yeah.
So I think like, when Bootstrap is nice for building like quick applications, but when it's like very custom, it just makes sense to use more CSS,
Yeah. Okay, cool. Now this is looking clean now, eh? Even the logo seems fine in terms of the position. There's something wrong with this now. There's some
Is
padding.
it
There's
the
extra
height?
padding. The height, yeah. Look at that. Height
Yeah,
changes.
dude, just hover over one of the elements on Instagram. Just go to Instagram and just hover over.
That. That's the input. And that's the div. They have a height of 28 pixels.
Check the one inside, because we already specified the height, right?
The height is specified, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
check
the inner
the
div. Yeah, the inner
check
div.
that div. Check that div with the button, that says roll button, the one
roll
above.
button.
Just click on it.
It has a
Go
color.
to computer.
Computed.
Scroll up. Let's just see the box model. So that big box at the top. Yeah, that
Has a
thing.
padding of 7 pixels
All around.
all around. Yeah.
Interesting.
Let's see ours.
I think we did the same thing.
I think we changed it to 4 or something, or no?
Yeah, we reduced it. Now if I reduce it further, because now it's a bit big, that is 2 pixels. I mean, it looks quite similar. I'm just gonna stick to 2 pixels then, hey?
Okay, fine, yeah.
And
But I
as you
mean,
can
the
see,
alternative is to create like, that inner div and then specify the height of the inner div. And then maybe
yeah.
you could give padding to that inner div. But I think it looks quite similar. So I think it's fine. We can move on.
And I mean, like there are many ways of doing the same problem using CSS. Instagram did it their own way. We figured out a different way to solve the same thing. Looks exactly the same. So I'm happy. Okay, cool. So
Yeah,
next
cool.
thing, let's jump into the next thing. The next thing is actually the icons. So let's work on that. So I'm gonna scroll down. I'm gonna close everything here. Logo, close the logo, close the search bar. We're done and dusted with the search bar. And the next thing is the navbar icons. So I'm going to give that a div, navbar icons. And inside navbar icons, let's see what Instagram has done. I'm just going to close all this. So this is navbar icons, actually, the outer div. And then they actually have an inner div inside that. So we're going to use the same process as well. So there's navbar icons, and then I'm going to create a navbar icons inner. And inside the navbar icons inner, they have a whole lot of icons. You know what? What I'm going to do is literally just copy paste this entire div. I think this is the easiest option for me to get all the icons. So you can actually do that just to save time. So I'm going to remove that and use Command Shift F to style it properly. And I've got all the icons standing here. Let's close everything.
So let's save it. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I just want to change this class to navbar icons inner, because that was our class, right?
Okay.
Yo, I'm not ready to see this, but here we go. Oops. Where are the icons? I don't see the icons. I see the image. Interesting. Let's see. Oh, because of is it href? They're using.
Yeah, it's the href. Oh, no, it's not the href. That's not the issue. That's just what happens when you click on it.
Yeah, that's what happens when you click on it. I think it's behind it. Let's see. Let's actually.
Just inspect.
Probably the classes have been defined in CSS or something. I don't know.
Let's see.
Yeah, I mean those classes.
It is behind. They're all behind my picture. That's me,
Okay.
by the way.
Oh,
Cool.
Yeah.
Uh,
So I'm just gonna close all this and style the navbar icons and navbar icons inner. Let's do that. So for navbar icons, so I'm just gonna style navbar icons, and they have a fixed width to it. Let's see what the fixed width is. It's actually 360 pixels if I'm right. 360 pixels in width, 22 pixels in height.
yeah, makes sense.
So width 360 pixels and a height of 22 pixels. Am I right? Cool, perfect. There you go. There it is.
Thank God. Yeah. Awesome.
Now,
This is
yeah.
flex.
Yeah, so next thing I'm gonna do is now we actually have the entire div standing here. Let's see. So navbar icons is that div exactly like what Instagram's done. Perfect. Now we just need to reposition this, style the image. It has its styling. Let's do all of that now. Let's start by styling the image because it's like super big. Cool. So the image is actually inside here. It has its own classes. It has like whole random things around here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove all these classes from here on the image class. It also has some like empty divs that we really don't need it. We don't need any empty divs.
I think they have the empty divs probably because they're adding some JavaScript. You know, maybe this, like for example, like if a notification comes, it becomes one, like the one appears. Maybe for those kind of things.
Possible.
Yeah.
Cool. That's my image. They're actually using span for that. I can just remove
Dude,
that.
just remove everything and take the link of the image. And let's just style it.
This option, eh?
Yeah, I think that might be faster.
Just to note, they gave a width and height of 22 pixels to the image, so we're gonna keep that. So I'm removing the span as well. Oops, that's a long URL, eh?
The disadvantages of copying and pasting.
yep.
That's my profile pic. Cool. I don't need this class as well. The rest seems fine. Okay, so the profile, I'll create a profile pic CSS, and inside that, I'll give it a height of 22 pixels. If you remember that, it was 22 pixels, width of 22 pixels, and border, was it not border? Well, border radius, right?
Yeah,
border radius. So that we can make it circular.
Yeah, 50%.
So 50% will take it from a square and make it circular.
That did not work for some reason.
I think Harjot just start image directly. So do dot profile pic image. Yeah.
Lit. Is it that small? Yeah, it is that small.
Wow, that's small, yeah.
Cool. Okay, this is coming out. It should actually be in a row, not like in that format. So let's style let me close all this. Let's style the navbar icons in. Let's give it a display flex and get it in a row format. Display flex.
Yeah. And so by default, it'll come in a row. Yeah.
Lovely. Now I want it to stick to the right. So if you notice, this is navbar icon and navbar inner is actually sticking to the left. Why is it 100% height, 100% width? This is weird.
I don't know. Maybe.
Let's actually change this to justify content flex end. Everything.
So flex end will push things to the right. A flex start will push to the start. And I think space between will just space them apart. And center in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Now, if you notice, Instagram actually has some margin over there on each and every component. Let's see what the margin is. It looks like everything has the same margin. And the navbar inner actually has a padding to it. So let's actually do navbar inner. It has a left 24 pixels. So navbar inner, I'm going to give it a padding. Top 0, right 0, bottom 0, left 24 pixels. Now I'm going to give the margin. So to add margin to each and every component, there's actually quite a few components, quite a few divs inside. What I'm going to do is just define a div called margin left. Yeah, I can call it margin left, and give it a margin left of, let's see how much margin I have for each and every component. The first component does not have a margin, if you notice. The second component does have one, the second icon, and it has
It's
a
22
margin,
pixels.
22 pixels, right? So I'm going to add 22 pixels here. And I'm just gonna add this class to each and every icon. So the first one actually doesn't need any class. I can remove that. I'm just gonna remove all this class and add the margin left class here. I'm gonna do the same for each and every one. It's a bit tedious. Profile pic needs its own margin. I can add 2 classes to the div. Let's see. Wow, guys, that's exactly the same. I don't see a difference. Like I'm in the background, I'm moving up and
Looks
down.
great. Looks great.
Yeah, things are pulling through, man. This is
Yeah,
good.
dude, yeah, you can trip someone with this. Okay, cool, guys. That was the navbar. I can close the navbar chapter now.
But do you want to just push the code so that everyone can pull the code maybe and just just catch up to the point before we move on to the next
Yeah,
part?
if you guys are coding along and you haven't caught up to what I've done, pull the code right now, and you can continue working on the next part of this clone. So I'm gonna call this navbar done. It's actually not done. We have to do a media query on it, because if you notice, when you push it down, the navbar changes. And whoa! Actually, look at that, Akhil. Instagram has a glitch.
Instagram messed up, guys.
Yeah,
Instagram
they messed
messed up.
up.
You caught them.
Yeah, I see that.
Instagram actually has a glitch here. The search button does not disappear soon enough. Look at that.
Yep, I see
Goes
that.
above the icon. Oh my god. This is live. Okay,
We
so
caught them red-handed, exposed live.
Instagram, we see
you
you.
should tag them on Instagram, like, and show them this glitch, eh? Akhil, you should take a picture of it later and tag them. We've got them
Can I
live.
can I just give me a sec? Can I just post this on the gram, please?
Yeah, guys. If anyone else wants to do it, go for it. I'm going to wait for like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we just found a glitch on Instagram, just reporting live. The search bar overlaps the logo right there. Yeah, Instagram, please fix it.
Oh my god. We're gonna fix that issue though. Okay, cool. The media queries part will come later, right at the end. We'll just work on the next part of this clone. So that's the content itself. And let's jump right into it now. So it's actually called a main container. Oh, damn, we have 2 main containers because I renamed it. What do I call this now? Content container.
Yeah.
That's good. Is this fine with post? Can I call it post? I'll call this a sidebar because it's actually a sidebar. And actually, what can we call this? This is fine. Post is fine. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
I mean, like, shouldn't we call it like content maybe? Because we'll be putting like the stories and stuff, stories and posts,
Let me actually create the 2 divs. So the first one is stories, and the second one is posts, right? Perfect. Now let's style this. Let me get the content container viewing properly on our Instagram clone. So I'm going to style that. So I'm going to use .content container. and give it a height of, it cannot be 100 VH because we have a navbar standing right on top. So we need to calculate the height. So it's actually 100 view height, the 100% of the screen minus the height of the navbar, which I recall is, I think, 54 pixels. So I'm just going to use the calc function in CSS and subtract 54 pixels from the view height, 100 view height. So let's see, 154 pixels. Just to make sure it's working, I'll give it a background color of, I don't know, blue. And sweet, that works. Lovely. Now let's create the internal structure of it. The next thing Instagram has is actually the posts and the sidebar.
Dude,
Let's
what about the
actually
background color? Why don't you
Hey?
just add the background color? It's got like a grayish
Where is it?
background.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's do that. I didn't notice. Is this the background color?
Yeah, but I think they're using some variable. Like we don't have
This
access.
is a variable, so I'm just gonna use a color picker, easiest option. So color picker, and I'm gonna pick color. The color. It's actually no, it's not the border color. Sorry. So the main container has a background color. I'll use the background color. Now let's style the two columns that are inside here. So that the first one is the posts, which we call content, and then the sidebar. Let's see what Instagram has done. Instagram, let's break this down. Let's do this. Where is it gone? Let me just inspect this.
Yeah.
So it's actually inside the main class, eh? Should I use a main class? Is it necessary? No, actually not. Not necessary.
It's not necessary, but guys, just main is just like an HTML5 attribute. It's just to create like a section, but it's the same thing as creating a div, really.
Yeah. So what they've done is actually they have that main class, and then there's the section there. So I think, and the section has like a width. What we've done is there's that the content container. I think we should just use wrap it around a main container. It will be easier.
Sure, let's do it. Yeah, might as well.
Yeah. Let's start it properly. Cool. And then the content container should have a fixed width because the navbar had a fixed width, right? So this is the section, and let's see what the width is. And there's the internal sections. Let's go to computed. Width. The width is actually 935 pixels. So I'm gonna give them a content container.
Hey, why don't you create? Yeah, exactly. The style the main.
The main. So if you do, I have to put a dot there?
No, you don't. It's a HTML5 attribute. So guys, just a pointer. Whenever you're styling HTML attributes, you don't have to use the dot. Dot is only to reference class names that'll be created.
Yeah. So content container and so I've given the background color and height to the main container, and then the content container actually has a width of 935 pixels.
Yeah.
And a height of 100%. We're just gonna fill it with a parent div. Yeah. And I'll just
give it a background color?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a background color. And I'll choose, I don't know, blue again. Okay, cool. That's some progress. To the main container, I'll add a display flex to it so I can center align it. Display flex, justify content center, and that should center align the div. Beautiful, guys. This is coming up. Now let's divide the content container because it contains the posts itself and then the sidebar. Let's actually see how they've broken that down. So this is actually our content. So this is a content div that we have, and they have a fixed width. So Instagram is actually very sneaky. They've given fixed width to everything. It's so simple compared to our previous clones, Twitter and YouTube, which had
don't get me started on Twitter. Twitter was a nightmare. It was really like, it was so custom. It was really custom. It was really tedious. Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Yeah, let me give a width to the content div. So the content div actually has a width of, what was it again? 614 pixels. 614 pixels. Lovely. And also give it like a background color just to make sure it's appearing well. Background color, I'll give it
Like yellow.
brown. Yeah,
Okay.
cool. Let's see. That did not appear. Why did that not appear? Do I need to give it a height?
Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Perfect.
Oh, yeah,
Now
that's-
let's also sort out the sidebar. So I'll just add the sidebar div here, and the side. Let's see what Instagram's done to that. So actually, the content div actually has a padding on the right. Oh, it's actually a margin. Let's see on computer. It has a 28 pixel margin. So I'm actually going to add that on the content div. So margin of top 0, right 20. What is it? 28, eh? Yeah,
Yeah.
28 pixels. 28 pixels. Bottom 0, left 0. Okay, cool. And to the sidebar, I'm gonna give. Let's see what they've done to the sidebar. And looks like that also has some sort of fixed width of 293 pixels. Wow. Width 293 pixels. And I'll give it a height of 100% as well. Fill the parent div and a background color just to make sure that it works out well. Background color. And I'll give it black, or yeah, whatever color that is. Let's see if that worked. Oh, that goes
Add a
below.
display flex to content. Wait, hang on a sec. What is that issue?
Content container. Content
Yeah,
container.
add display flex to content container.
Flex, yeah. This should solve the problem. Perfect, guys. This is,
Yeah.
so we actually have the structure that Instagram is using. This is the structure that they're using. I also see some sort of padding to the entire container because there's that space there. So let's actually get that padding as well. It's a padding of
Oh, the
30
padding top?
pixels. Yeah, padding top of 30
Yeah.
pixels for the main container. So should I give it to the main, or should I give it to content container? I think content container
Just
should
give
be
it to the
fine.
main. To the content container.
Sides don't have it. It's just the, yeah. So they actually
Yeah,
gave it to
give
the
it-
container. So padding top is 30 pixels. Guys, if you have any questions, if you're confused with something, if you need us to repeat on something, just drop them on the comments, and we'll answer the questions. Okay, cool. Now we've got the sidebar sorted out. Let's jump into this. Fine, right? This is perfect. This is the structure that Instagram is using. So let's actually get the stories sorted out now. Let's do this. Okay. Cool. For the stories, what I'm gonna do is let me create a stories. Let's see what they've done first, and then we'll copy what they've done.
So background color is white for stories.
Okay. Let's fix that first. Background color white, and
Give
I
it
told you
a
give it a
width.
width
Give
of
it a
100.
width of 100% because you just want it to fill to the parent container, which is content container.
Yeah, and a height. It should contain a height, right?
Yeah.
Oh wow, it has its own padding and stuff and margins. Jeez. Okay.
Yeah. No, I think we can just add the padding. We'll add margin to the actual post.
Okay. Okay. Cool. So it does have a margin bottom of 24 pixels and a border and a padding. So let's start with padding to the stories. Padding of top and bottom 16 pixels, left and right 0. Then it has like a border all around it. That's 1 pixel, solids And we'll use a variable. And this is like this way variables come and help. I don't have to go look for the color now. They're using the same color. It also has like I assume they have the same border radius of 3 pixels, I think, because it's a bit rounded. So I'll just use 3 pixels as well. So border radius 3 pixels. I'm trying to find the height because it won't appear if there's no
Okay,
height.
let me just check for you.
Yeah. So
Let me
we
check.
need that height. The height should be 614. Is it?
No, I think it's the other one. Isn't it
118.
84 pixels?
What?
118 pixels. Yeah, try that.
Oh, let's see if that works. Beautiful.
I guess so. Yeah.
That's coming up nice. Do you want me to remove all the colors, everyone?
Yeah. Great minds think alike.
Okay, so all the background colors are out. Perfect, guys. This is Instagram coming up soon.
Yeah.
This is the Zion
In the
version.
making.
Okay, so now let's actually make the actual
Story.
actual story. So I'm gonna add like, let's create one story first, and then we'll just duplicate that. So story. Inside the story, they have like an image, and then has some.
Let's see what they've done. Why don't you just inspect what they've done?
So let's see. Oh, they have like an inner div. You want me to create an inner div, stories inner for a scroll?
I think it's
Because-
fine. We'll just do justify content center and align item center.
But if you see it, yeah, the thing has a padding.
Oh,
rate-
no. It's necessary. Just add it because we want it to be scrollable.
Yeah, it needs to be scrollable. So
Yeah.
I'll wrap this around stories. I'll call it stories inner. So the reason why we're doing this is because we want the inside part to be scrollable, because this thing is scrollable. So we'll add that feature as well. So stories inner. And stories inner contains the story itself. And let's see. Cool. Now let's see what they've done. So that's the stories inner, and then we have, oh wow, what is this presentation button? Oh, they're using some sort of button presentation. Okay. They have a left padding there, or a left component. Let's see what's inside that. And they have a list inside that.
Oh,
What are they doing? Oh, what
I
is
think it's
this?
something to do with the animations, so that like when you click on it and stuff, maybe
Yeah,
it
we
doesn't.
want implementing that. It's
Yeah.
a lot of JavaScript that happens in that. So we'll just create this list. And inside this list, let's see what they've done. There's a div that has a padding left and right of 4 pixels. They're using a button, but I don't
I
think
mean,
we
we
have.
could just use the div.
Yeah. And where does where does that name come from? I think it's the div contains.
I think it's inside the button.
Oh, it is actually. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Nice. Cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a story first, and I'll get Akhil's image actually. So this is Akhil.
Shout out.
I'll grab that image quickly. It should be installed. How have they done the image? Where are they getting the image from? They're using something called Canvas. Canvas. I just need the image, guys.
Just
I just
check
use
the
my
thing
image.
out. Fine. Yeah, just
Can't seem to find the image, eh?
that's fine. Just use your own, the one you already have right now.
Should be fine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Was it
should
not-
be in the span below. Check the span. It won't be in canvas. It'll be in span.
Okay. So background color.
Let
Yeah, I
it
can't-
like uncollapse it.
Oh, there it is. Awesome. Okay. So I'll just copy this entire element, paste it here, Command Shift F, so it looks neat. Remove any classes on it, and I should be having Akhil's picture coming up on our Instagram. There it is, and I'll just add the same class. Actually, it's a different size, so I'm gonna create a new class called
Story image.
story image. Yeah, story image, and the story image will have its own height and width. So story image has a height of, let's see what the height is. Oops. Okay, that's the story image. It's 56, 56. Okay, cool, perfect. So height of 56 pixels, width of 56 pixels. I'm making the same mistake again. I'm not doing it on the image tag. Damn.
I mean, you put the class on the image, so this should work.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that should work actually. Border radius 50%. Let's see if that comes up right. Amazing.
Cool.
Perfect.
Yeah.
This is nice. This is nice. Now let's see what we have to do there. There's actually some sort of, let me give the stories inner some sort of padding so it aligns itself somewhere in the center here, right? I mean, that's not what they've done. I don't think that's what they've done. Let's see. They're using some whole lot of, I don't know, weird things.
Wait, what exactly do you want to do?
I just want to add a padding left to stories inner, or I can also do it to stories or stories inner. Yeah, let me put it
I
stories
think
inner.
the story is in there, right? Yeah.
Yeah, stories inner, and I'll give it a padding left of 5 pixels. I'm just guessing that. It's too less.
It's a bit
No,
more.
15.
Maybe like, yeah, okay. Yeah, I think that's fine.
Yeah, maybe like 17. Just push it a bit because it has like a overview on top of it. Don't you think like the image is a bit smaller? Or it's because of
Yeah, that's
the
because the border. Yeah.
border? Okay. Now we have to add the border to it. So what I'm going to do is, how do we do this? So there's a story. I've added the image. Let me create another div. Let me actually create a div behind it with a border.
I mean, look, we have a couple of options, right? So the first option would be to add a border directly to the image, but I think that doesn't make sense because there's a small gap between the image and then the actual circle around it, right? So just open your Instagram.
Yeah, you see that small gap there?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it won't work. Like it'll if you put a border, it'll be directly around the image, and we don't want that. We want that small gap.
Right.
So it makes sense to just create a separate div and do it.
So I'm gonna call this story border. I don't have to enter anything inside this. Rather, what I'm gonna do is, let's see what they've done. They're using canvas actually, and they have a height and width and all that position absolute. So that position absolute and the positioning of it is very important. So the height and width are actually 66 pixels. So I'm gonna give the story border a width and height of 66 pixels. I hope this works. Let's see. Position absolute first.
You guys,
And
if you're wondering what position absolute does, it just allows you to position elements relative to one another. So right, if we use absolute, it'll allow you to position elements relative to the parent div. So the parent div in this instance, it would be story.
Yep. Cool.
So if you like do top, and it allows you to use properties like top. So if you use top 0, for example, or just try that, add top 0.
Yeah, this will allow us to position it. Let's see where exactly position. Oh, I haven't given it a border, so
Yeah, give it like a border.
border of 1px solid. Let me actually get the color as well, whatever color they're using. So I'm just going to use the color picker quickly. Color. Oh, okay. Color. Okay. And that's, I think that's the color, right? Let's get that color. And use that color here. Let's see what appears. Oh, it appears right at the top, eh? So it
Yeah.
has to be relative to the image actually.
Yeah. So we need to. Oh, I see what you're saying. So do you want
To
to
the
put
story.
story image?
The story.
Make story position relative.
Yeah.
Try that.
I actually haven't defined story anyway, so I'm just
I
gonna.
think you did, dude. Scroll down.
I haven't defined story.
Oh, okay,
I haven't
okay.
defined story, yeah. So dot story. And in story, I'll give it a position relative. Let's see. Yeah. So now what happens is this story border is now relative to the parent div,
Right.
which is story. Okay, this is looking good. I think 1px is a bit too small. Give it like, I don't know, 5px. Let's see.
I think it might
that's
be too big. Give it like 2 pixels.
2 pixels. Let's see. Much better. I'll give
Give
it
it
a
up.
border of 50%, so it's circular. Okay, now we need to reposition this. As you can see, it's not right at the center. So I'm gonna do a bit of trial and error because we have to play around with the top and left. I wanted to go a bit more top, so I'm gonna do like -5 pixels, left of -5 pixels. Let's see. Oh, my first shot.
Perfect.
Perfect. This is
Yeah.
amazing.
Shout out. Yeah.
Great, man. But if you notice, man, like look at that padding. I think we need more. It has to go a bit more on the right. Look at that. Look at that.
Okay. Just see what Instagram's padding is. Let's use the exact same figures.
Instagram is using some other like canvas and stuff, so we can't really copy. So padding left is actually, I'm gonna make it like 22 pixels. Add 5 more pixels to it. Our positioning does not
I think that
change.
looks fine. Maybe the top as well. Just make it 22 pixels as well.
Yeah. Adding top 22 pixels. Let's see how that looks now. Whoa, okay.
It's a bit much, yeah.
A lot.
Maybe 12 pixels, yeah. Yeah, I think that's fine.
That's fine, eh?
Yeah.
Don't you think the size of something's wrong? Something's image, that space is a bit too big, okay? So I'm gonna reduce the size of this. Instead of 66, I'll just make like 64. Just to reduce the size. Oh, it messes around a lot, eh?
Maybe you need to change your top left position now. Make it like
yeah.
4 pixels, maybe.
Yeah. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I think that's much better.
Yo, dude, it looks so similar to Instagram, eh?
Yeah. Add the text now.
Should I change like the color? The color doesn't seem right here.
I think we just need a little bit of a darker shade.
Darker,
it looks
okay.
a bit light, a bit darker.
See? Looks much like it now, eh?
Yeah, I think it's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Perfect. Whoa, this is coming out. This is actually working. Amazing, guys. Yo.
Yeah.
Oh, what did I just do? Yeah. So I'm gonna create another span. And
Shout out Pontifex in the house. Welcome. It's good to see you here, man. So late in the night, you know.
Dude, I watched your video, man. That was amazing. For everyone who hasn't watched Anti-Fence's video, it's actually on our Facebook page. Go check it out after this live session. It's super inspiring. Okay, good. Whoa, okay. Now, how do we get it right at the bottom?
Just give a story display flex column.
Okay, should I first change this class, give it a class and call it story text?
No, you're putting it inside story border, bro. Remove it, put it outside story border.
Oh, points, yeah, that's true. Didn't notice that. Okay, now I need to change the flex of story. So
Yeah.
display flex, flex direction changes.
To
Flex
column.
direction to column, right? Let's see.
Right.
Okay, perfect. But it's not really center aligned, eh? We need to fix that. It might have some sort of margin.
I think we just
there.
need to add some padding left to the image, and then we'll also just add we'll change the left position
I
as
think
well.
we need to move the position of the text to the left because I think the position of the image is fine. It's exactly on the spot. It's the text which is not fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's try that.
We'll fix that. Let's first inspect and see the properties of the span of the text. So that is the text. Has the letter spacing of that, max width of 74 pixels. I'm just going to copy these properties. It has its own styling, so it's called story text.
So, I mean, for those of you who are wondering what EM and REM does, basically it's just a way of unit measurements using CSS. So it's like relative measurements. EM would be like, relative to the parent element. So let's say the parent element has like a font size of 10 pixels. If we do 1 EM, it is equal to 10 pixels. So it's, I know a lot of people get confused around this specific concept, but it's actually quite simple.
So yeah, I'm giving it a font size and font weight. So font size of 12 pixels, font weight of 14 pixels.
Whoa,
Let's see how
font weight.
Yeah.
How do you add pixels to font weight, bro?
Sorry?
Font weight should be 400.
400,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
But that looks quite similar though.
Yeah.
Okay, now it has some sort of padding and stuff. We just need to fix that. The image actually has a padding. I'm not going to play around with the image. Rather, just
Yeah,
give up to this. So let's see what actually 8 pixels top. I'm going to give a 8 pixels top to this margin. Margin top of 8 pixels. A bit too much.
Looks a bit off.
Something off. It is 6 pixels. Okay, 6 pixels seems pretty decent. Now we just have to move it to the left.
Yeah, you can use you can do margin minus. So it'll move it.
Margin minus. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That's the span. If I do a margin minus, it should move to the left a bit. So margin left, minus 5 pixels, and that should move it to the left a bit. Dude.
There you go. That's lit. Yeah.
Amazing. This is crazy.
Yeah. Awesome, man. It's
now let me.
nice.
Yeah, things are pulling through. I'm just gonna close this. And I'm gonna copy this and put like multiple of those. 1, 2, 3. I'm just gonna make sure it overflows. Like so many. That should be enough. That probably broke our app right now. Jeez. Okay. Now, remember that was the parent div. So stories inner is actually the parent div for story. So to the story inner, did we define story inner anyway? There it is. We will give it display flex, and that should be a row. Okay, so each and every story, each and every story margin left of about 15 pixels, 22
pixels. I think that just seems to be what they're using everywhere.
Oh, the first. Okay, so what I'm going to do is the first item actually also has margin. So what I'm going to do is move padding to the.
Unless you add margin right. Add margin right instead. Does the same thing.
Yeah, smart. Smart move. Okay, beautiful. This is great. It's coming out great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do the
Now,
scroll feature now.
yeah. Now let's first make sure it doesn't overflow. So to the stories inner, where stories inner, I'll say overflow hidden. Should I do to the stories inner or
Do it
to
to stories. Do it to
stories?
stories.
Yeah, because stories inner is actually a scroll, right?
Yeah.
So overflow. So what we're doing over here is making sure that
Overflow X,
it
do
doesn't
overflow X hidden.
matter.
I think so.
It shouldn't matter. Yeah, it shouldn't really matter. This would work, and even if I remove X, let's see, doesn't matter.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Okay, great.
Yeah. Now, as you can see, it's not scrollable. Let's make it scrollable, and that's the reason why we created a second div so that we can make the second div scrollable. And
Yeah.
we'll add overflow X. No, what was it again? Overflow X
Yeah, overflow X scroll.
scroll. And we should be able to scroll now. Sweet. This is, yeah, it's coming out nice. But as you can see, there's some sort of like overflow has its own styling. Let's get rid of that. And I think to get rid of that, you use the pseudo, is it a pseudo selector? Like
Yeah, pseudo selector dash WebKit dash scroll bar.
WebKit dash scroll bar. Okay, sweet. And set this to none.
Yeah, you have to put it in curly brackets, and then display none.
Display none. Okay. Wow, guys, this is looking
This is
so
looking
great. I actually want to like add different names on it, so I'll probably do that later on. What I'm going to do now
Yeah.
is let Akhil continue the rest of the section. So he will be doing the post itself, and then the sidebar, and then we'll just wrap it up with the media query, and then yeah.
Yeah.
Meantime, I'll just like use different images here and make it look more legit.
Awesome.
Cool. So I'm gonna push
your
this
code.
now, guys. If you are coding along, yeah, pull the code again, and yeah, you can continue with the posts.
Or if you're watching the recording.
Yeah, you can start coding along immediately from now if you just started recently. Yeah. So the Git link is actually on the chat, on the Zoom chat, and on the Facebook chat. So git add, git commit, stories done. Okay, git push, origin, master. All righty.
Awesome, man. Great stuff, Arjot.
This was great. I think this was the best clone we've done so far, eh? Like,
I mean, it's so much more fun compared to I mean, YouTube was also pretty fun, but I mean, Twitter was a horrible experience. I must be honest.
Twitter was terrible. It had so much of like custom styling. I was just like on CSS the whole time.
Yeah, cool, dude. Let me share my screen now. Awesome. So hang in there, guys. This is basically the second half, you can say, of this webinar.
Akhil, do you want to give like a 2-minute break to everyone, just so that everyone just refreshes themselves out? What do you say?
Sure.
I'll play something.
Play a track. Let's give a break. Yeah.
Break, yeah. Cool. Is that working?
So I mean, those of you who just joined, you know, I saw a couple of you just joined. Just feel free to pull the code. It is on the live. Let me just drop it on the chat once again. It's on the Facebook Live link.
So I'm gonna play Up All Night because it's 11:41, right? 11:42 here in Malawi. Akhil, I think it's 12. It's Sunday for you now, eh?
That's right. It's Sunday for me. I am in GMT +3. It's 12:42 a.m. for me.
That's right.
Focusing on coping with the pain. Only getting older by the day. Only getting older. Does it even matter anyway? Focusing on coping with the pain. Only getting older by the day. Only getting older. Catch me, get these thoughts that keep me up all night. Catch me up all night. Catch me, these thoughts that keep me up. Ask me how I am, I'm getting by. But I'm thankful that I'm still alive. Cause there's so much more left to find. Doesn't even matter anyway. Focusing on coping with the pain. Only getting older by the day. Only getting older. Doesn't even matter anyway. Focusing on coping with the pain. Only getting older by the day. Only getting older. Catch me up all night. Catch me. Get these thoughts that keep me. Catch me up. Get these thoughts that keep me.
Cool, Harjot. Should we get back to it?
Let's get back to it. So let me switch this off quickly. Cool, awesome.
Awesome, guys. So basically now we'll be building the next part of the application, which is the post. So we're just going to build a post. We're going to just replicate a whole bunch of posts. And then we'll try to do the sidebar. And then after that, we'll do some mobile optimization so that as the screen gets smaller, it mimics what Instagram actually does. And then, you can share the link with your friends and stuff and just creep them out. Cool. So I'm just going to pull the app. So git pull allows me to pull all the changes that Harjot and Laura made. So like my code is totally empty right now. Okay, I'm just going to ignore. And I'm just going to start my live server. Oh no.
What's happening?
Just hang on a sec. Yeah, it's coming in. Cool. So all the changes that Harjot has done are over here now for me. And guys, that's just the power of GitHub. The collaboration is made so much more easier. So now the next thing that we'll be doing is we'll be working on this post, right? So basically you can see that it's a card. So similar to the card we had above here, we'll use a similar aesthetic. We're going to have a card over here. And then we're going to have, the profile picture. And then there's going to be like a name. And then there's like an actions, right? And then there's going to be a beautiful picture of someone. And then there's going to be these different actions over here. So this, I think we can call this whole thing a footer, right? So there's two main parts to a card. There's a header, there's the actual image, the body, and then the actual footer. And then inside the footer, there's a whole bunch of things. There's more like, user actions over here. And then, there's the actual caption maybe, and then there's a few comments, and then you can add a comment and stuff. So yeah, let's jump into this now. So what I'll be doing is, let's start off by jumping into the HTML. So I'll also use the split screen. And basically, I'll style my elements on the right-hand side over here. And on the left-hand side, I'll be writing the HTML. So for the post, as we said, we have a single post, right? And then inside a post, we have the header, right? And then apart from the header, we have the body. And then, okay. And then apart from the body, we have the footer. So those are the three we have for each post. So let us start by coding up the header, right? So as you can see in the header, we have like, profile pic, profile. I'm just gonna call this profile details, and then action. And then we'll use a display flex between so that we can push these elements to the edges, right? So I'm just going to say profile area. Okay, I'll call it profile area, and then I'll call this options, right? And inside profile area, we're dealing with two things. So first, we actually have the image, that the profile pic. So we have like profile pic over here, and then we have the name, right? So profile name, and for example, in our instance, we have Jay Shetty. Actually, I might just use a span for this. That might actually be easier. Span dot
That will work, yeah.
profile name, right? And I'm just gonna say Jay Shetty. And yeah, and then we have the profile pic. Cool. So what I'll do now is let's actually just start styling this now. So firstly, let us start off by styling a post, right? So the first thing about a post, we need to have a display flex, right? But we want a flex direction of column so that, all the items that we always add to a post will always be vertical. So the flex direction is going to be column, right? And inside that, inside a post, we have the header. Let's start working on the header. And I'm just going to give the header a display flex, right? So it's going to be row. And then I'm going to give it a justify content of a space between, so that the items can actually space between, so that the items can actually space, like, get pushed towards different ends, right? And then what I'll do is I'm just going to inspect that. And I just want to grab the image right now. So you can see, oh cool, they even call it header. I mean, they're using HTML5 attributes here, which is interesting. That's cool. And then you can see the header actually has some padding and stuff, right? So they have like a 16 pixels padding all around. So I'm just gonna add that as well. The header has a padding of 16 pixels. And then let's see what else we got. We have these three elements, right? Inside the header. So they also put it inside two divs. Great. And then we have the image. I just want to grab the profile picture, Jay Shetty. I'm just going to right click. I'm just going to copy the element. Oops. And then I'm just going to add the element over here. So profile pic is just going to have an image. And oh, actually I copied that element. So I'm just going to use that. Save the file, and then we'll be able to see the image in our project. And yeah, you can see the image. Actually, we should also add a background color and stuff to our card, to our post. I mean, we could just do that to the header. So to our header, we'll just add a background color of white. Background color white. Let's give it a width of 100% so that it fills the container, the parent container. So yeah, you can see that we got that 100% width. And then I'm just going to add a border. The border is all around, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so the border would be all around the card.
Can I just reuse, let me just reuse what was done for stories. I'll just put that here. And then let's see. So yeah, that's looking about right. And then of course there's some margin top. Margin top. Okay, I'm not sure how much the margin top is. I'm just gonna make it 22 for now. I think it might be slightly more. Let me just inspect. So it's about 24 pixels. I mean, we were close, we're not so far off. And in our project now, we have Jay Shetty, but it looks really small. I think I added the profile pic class which we've already used for the profile pic. So I'm just going to call this maybe post pic, right? So this is associated with the post. So post pic, and then I think I'm just going to style that separately, post pic. And then the post pic is going to have how much height are we dealing with there? So you
do
can see
have
the
to-
height is, yeah.
I'm just wondering if you have to give the height to the image, because I think it's let's see the actual our Instagram.
Post pic image like that, right? And I think I saw a height and width of 32 pixels. So let me just add this. Height of 32 pixels. Wow, that didn't make a difference. That's because I
Yeah.
didn't save my.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Is that fine? Yeah, I think that looks right about right, the height. Or is there something that you wanted to check?
Yeah, just continue.
Okay, cool.
Feel like
So I'm
it's
just gonna, yeah.
Isn't it a bit smaller? But let's see. I think you need to add the border radius and everything.
Okay. And then for header has a display flex, justify content, space between, and then I am not sure why the name is appearing below.
You probably have to give it a width or display flex.
Yeah, but I did build, like, the header has a display flex. Let's just inspect what's going on.
Okay, let's see what's happening. Yeah.
And let's see.
Profile area. Okay, so profile area needs to have a display flex.
Oh, correct. Yes, correct.
Oh, wait. So inside the profile area, it will just be the profile picture and the span, right? Those are only
Yeah.
two things. Okay, yeah.
Exactly.
So the profile area needs to have a display flex.
Display. Okay, that's like it. And then I'm just gonna justify, align items center, right? And then I'll give it some margin left for the, not image, but maybe profile name, because we need to style it anyways. So profile name, going to give it a margin left. I don't know, Harjot, I'm just gonna go with 10 pixels. I'm gonna go on the limb here. And there has to be a font size. That. So font size is 14 pixels. Oops. 14 pixels. And then how much font weight are we dealing with? Font weight is 600, right? Yeah, font weight is 600. Save that. And let's see what we got here. Okay, yeah, that looks more like it.
Awesome.
And then we just add that icon on the right here. Let me just inspect that. So it's SVG. Should I just grab the whole div? I think I'll grab the whole div.
Yeah.
Copy element. And I keep going to the next page. And it's going to be inside our options over here. And I'm going to save that. And let's see what we got here. Okay, there we go. It appeared. Awesome. And I think we just need to do justify content align item center over here, just for the header, so that it just looks like it's in the center. All items in the center. Great. I think that looks more like it. Then the next thing is to do the actual image, right? So let's grab that image. I'm going to inspect. We should actually give a shout out to Jay Shetty. We should like tag him in this.
Yeah, man. We have to take a Instagram story for this.
So I'm just gonna grab the link that I want. Oh, they're using source set. Okay, I guess I'll just copy that element then. Wow, okay. And inside our body, we're going to have this image. And you can see that they've used a whole bunch of attributes. You know, they've used object fit cover and stuff here. So let's see what we got. And yeah, that's perfect. That looks right about correct. And then the next thing to do is to build a footer. And then for the footer, there's this first row. I'm going to call that, let's see, user actions, right? So there has to be user actions. That's the first row. And then there has to be likes. And then there has to be caption. I think caption can be a span. Likes could also be a span, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you can make likes a span as well.
Span of likes. And then what else do we have? And then we have some comments, I guess, you know, let's just add comments as well, sure. So it's going to be a comment, and then we have last posted. So I mean, posted time, could use a span for that as well. So we could add like multiple comments, and then we could have like a posted time, right? And then lastly, we have the add comment option, which is like an input. So I think I'll just put this inside a div called add comment. So you can see our footer, like our structure has been added for our footer. Now inside our user actions, we have a couple of things as well. We have all these different icons. So first we have these icons, and then we have like bookmark on the right there. So again, there has to be two divs, so then we can do a space between. So let's see, inside user actions, what do we have? We have a like, comment, share, and then we have a bookmark. Okay. Then inside our like, comment, share, we'll just add all our different icons. So let's see, I'm just gonna inspect. And then we get an SVG that's inside a span. I think I'll grab that. And I'll just add it there. Let's see what we get. I mean, it's not gonna be aligned and stuff because we haven't added any flex properties, but I just want to see what pulls through. So you can see that it pulls through. The like pulls through. That looks good. Then there's the next span. Oh, okay. So I'm just gonna grab the inner span because I don't want to deal with the custom stuff that. This is weird. So here they used a div and there they used a span. So I'm just gonna grab the div here. I mean, for consistency's sake, I'll probably just grab the div for the other one as well. So let me just put that there, and then I'll use the div for the other element as well. And that div, so I'm gonna use that instead, just for the sake of consistency. Right, and then I'm just gonna also grab the next thing, the comment, the share. Yeah, I just wanna grab the div, copy element, and then we got the div over here. Right, so I'm just gonna save that. And things should appear one underneath the other. It'll not look pretty right now, but I just want to validate if they've come, and they've come. Awesome. So it has pulled through, and now we can just directly start working. I mean, let's just grab the bookmark icon as well while we're at it. I'm just gonna inspect. Okay, let me just check here. Yeah, that's the div I want. copy element, and then I'm just going to add that div to my bookmark, which is right here. Right, I'm going to save the file, and let us start styling this whole thing. Right. So the first things first, the footer has to have a display or flex and a flex direction of column, because all the elements are vertically aligned. And then we'll start styling the user actions row. So for user actions, we're going to do a display flex, and we're going to do a justify content space between, so that we can push the user actions and the bookmark, the like, share, subscribe, and the bookmark to the different ends. And I'll just do align items center, so that it's all vertically aligned as well. And then I think for the footer, one other thing I want to do is I just want to make the background color white. And let's see what we got now. Okay, that looks a bit off. I think there's something wrong with this bookmark stuff over there.
You guys put everything in line first.
Yeah. I mean, I'm wondering why it didn't come in a line. Oh, because I need to do that for like, comment, share as well. Yeah. I'll also just add a padding here of the same as what we added above in the header, 16 pixels. I'm just going to do the same padding in the footer as well. Padding 16 pixels. And then for the user actions, that's fine. And then I just want to do the like, comment, share. And I'm just going to do a display of flex. And then I think that's sufficient. I'll put it in a row. So yeah, now you can see that it's in a row. I think there's something wrong with our bookmark. Let me just fix that real quick. For some reason, 2 bookmarks have come up. So I'm just going to remove
SVG. Let's check that.
Yeah.
Them. Just be careful when removing that.
What's up? Did I remove something extra or something?
I think
I hope not. Let's see.
Let's see.
I think that's fine, right? So yeah, I think that looks about fine. Yo, did the background pull through? Oh no, wait, I just need to add the border, correct?
Yep.
To the footer as well. I don't think I need a border top though, but I think I'll put it like, let's see if it makes a difference. Yeah, so I think that's fine, right? I'm just going to reuse the class that Harjot created, the margin right class, you know. So I'll just change this to margin right. I'm going to copy that and add it to all the classes there. Any idea why the margin right didn't work?
Go back to your HTML. Margin, was it margin right or margin left? Just confirm. I feel like it was,
yeah, I think it was margin left.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to skip for the first element. I'll just remove the class. And only the second and third element need this. Okay, that looks a bit too much, huh?
Let's see how Instagram looks like. I mean, you can define your own class, man. You can call it margin left small.
Yeah. I just want to see what exactly the margin is. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna restart this one. So I'll just call this margin left small. This is a smaller margin. And instead of, I'm just gonna make it like 12 pixels. And I'll just change this to margin left, small, margin left, small. See what we got now. I think that's much better. Maybe slightly more, huh?
Yeah, a bit more.
Maybe 14 pixels. It's like 1 REM. Yeah, I think that's good. Cool. So the footer has pulled through. So you can see that our footer looks quite similar. Now let's just do the liked by part. I'm just going to copy that.
Yeah, it's pulling through, eh? It's coming up.
Yeah, dude, for some reason I'm unable to copy the others, but probably because they're doing some JavaScript stuff in the others part. So I think for making it bold, I'll just use B. And let's see what we get over here. And yeah, let's see what we get. So yeah, I mean, it looks about correct, but I think the font size is a bit much. So I'm just going to change the font size at the bottom over here.
Padding fine
So-
for it? You want to add some padding top?
Yeah, I think also some padding should do some justice. Let me just inspect this. Wow. Fancy. So I'm just gonna give it like freestyle the padding, but I just want to get the font size right now. 14px and then font. I mean, I just need the font size. I think that should do. Font size 14px. Let's see what we get. Weird. Font size 14. Oh, I called it like. It's supposed to be likes. So yeah, I think that looks correct. And I'll just give it a margin top or, you know, padding top. Margin top of, I guess, 5 pixels. Let's see what we get. I think that's fine here. 5 pixels looks correct.
Good, yeah.
Then the next thing is caption. Let's do the caption. So how are we doing caption? So you can see that the name that appears in bold, and then there's the actual caption. So, I mean, we can actually separate this out nicely. So like inside that, we can have like, you know, dot caption username. And then we can have caption text. Actually, I should have just put those into span. So I'm just going to change this to spans real quick. Span, span, and span. And then I'm just going to style this. So we'll have dot caption username, which is just, I guess, it's just going to be Jay Shetty. And I'm just going to give it a font size of 14 pixels and a font weight of 400. So I think it's 400. I'm just guessing right now. And then the text is just going to be like whatever is here. Right. I'm just going to add that text like that. See what we get. So yeah, I mean, the font size looks massive. So I'm just going to make this bold. And then for the caption username, I'm just going to make, I think font size seems to still be a bit big only. I mean, is it big?
Let's see.
Slightly smaller, huh?
Yeah. Go back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit smaller.
Yeah.
Our side's a bit bigger. Let's check. 14 pixels.
I did that though.
I think the font they're using is some custom fonts. Maybe reduce
Actually,
that.
I didn't, bro. I didn't. Caption text.
Hmm.
Okay. Great. Do you need any margin? I think it's fine.
It's fine. Looks good.
And then comment would be pretty much the same as what we got going on over here. Let me just put my name. I'm Harjot, right?
Yep.
Harjot. And then I'm just gonna say some random text. Great stuff. Thank you. Cool. Let's see. So yeah, that looks legit. And then lastly, not lastly, is this thing. Just gonna inspect that. So as you can see, like guys, once you start this, oh, they're using like a HTML5 attribute called time, which is really cool.
Interesting.
I mean, we'll just stick to using the span.
Just use span.
Yeah. So then dot posted time is going to be a font size of 10. So I saw this from here. I can see that it's a font size of 10 and a font weight of 400. Font weight 400. And then let's see, what are we dealing with?
Color.
Yeah, color. 5 hours ago. Let's see what color we got over here. Should I just use the inspector or can I get a color? I got the color.
Awesome.
Oh no, they're using variables. Okay, I'm just gonna use the inspector. Ooh, the responsiveness is killing me. There we go. And I'm just gonna say color. Save. Five hours ago. Awesome. There's probably a little bit of margin top. 5 pixels. You know? Yeah.
That's looking good, eh? That's perfect.
Yeah. Then
So good.
last but not least, let's add the add comment
Input.
section. So the add comment section actually uses an input, right?
Yeah.
And it has a placeholder.
Add a comment and 3 dots.
Add a comment dot dot dot.
Yeah.
Right. Let's see. Now this is going to look really bad. So just heads up. And let us style this. So let us start off by styling the add comment. Right. So add comment actually has, let's see what we got over here. How is Instagram doing this? So they have a margin top, which is this color. It looks a bit lighter than the, yeah, it looks a bit lighter. So it firstly has a margin top of that, not margin, sorry, border top, 1 pixel, solid. I'm gonna give it that color, right? And then I'm gonna give this a width of 100% as well, right? Because we're dealing with divs, we need to keep specifying the width and stuff again. And then I'm going to style the input. So dot add comment input class, input element. Firstly, the outline has to be none. So we don't want any outline. We don't want any border. And let's see what we got. Okay, so you can see that it is pulling through. But because we added padding around this particular footer directly, then I think we should just add comment outside of the footer. We're just gonna add it outside of the footer for now. Oh no, I might have messed up. I think it should be inside the footer. We might have to just add I don't know how we're going to deal with the border top. Any ideas? So I'm just going to add a button. Actually, let's add an A tag. And I'm going to give this a class of post BTN because I saw that there's a post button, right? And it just says post.
Yeah, dude, I was actually and I was on mute.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't notice that. But what I was saying was add comment. What happens when you remove it outside of it? Because what I'm thinking is you can remove the padding margin bottom out of it. And then, yeah, you can style it like that. Just try removing add comment out of the footer.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, I think I should do that here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we should remove margin pad border bottom for the
You can,
footer.
yeah, you can leave it and add padding to it. Either ways.
No, the thing is the color is slightly different. That's the issue. So I'm just gonna give this a background color of background of white. Add comment, and then how much padding are we dealing with here?
Let's see.
Just gonna inspect. Oops, let me get out of the inspector. Inspect. And let's see. This is very confusing. How did they do this? Oh, there we go. That's what I was looking for. So I think they just gave it a height of 56 pixels. I think I'll do that. I'll just give it a height of 56 pixels. 56 pixels. And what do we have now? So I will also just do a display flex. Add that down there. And then I'll do justify, I'll align items, align item center, and then justify content space between, so we can push the elements to the end.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pulling through. Oh, I wonder, I think we've added padding in the actual
box itself, the main div.
Yeah.
That's why that is happening.
Oh, so wait, I'm still inside footer, bro.
Yeah, just come out of it.
Am I? Let's collapse footer.
Yeah, now you can style it properly.
Yeah, there we go. It looks about right.
Yeah, now you have to give it like a background color, a border. Does it have a background color? Oh, you just need to give it a border, bottom, left, and right. So just border.
I think it has the background, right? Does it? I can't see it.
Can't see it. Yeah, you have to give it a border and give it a padding left and right. Just do that.
Yeah. So I'll do that. I'll give it a border Let's just give it all around.
All around, and you have to remove it for something.
Yeah, I think I'll do it all around first, and then I'll do border, top.
Bottom.
Yeah. Actually,
Top.
we have to do that for footer. For footer,
Border, bottom, none.
yeah, border, bottom, none.
Let's see.
See that? Yeah, that looks.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
coming.
it is white. It is white.
It is white. Yeah. Now what you do is just add padding to your footer. Not,
Yeah, I think
not,
adding left and right was like 16 pixels, if I'm not mistaken. 0 and 16. Cool. Where the font size looks a bit big.
we can fix that. Yeah. Yeah.
I think we have to use the pseudo selector here.
Yeah.
Do you remember how to, like, is it placeholder?
Yeah, you can give it to all placeholders.
Yeah. Font size, I guess. 14 pixels. I'm not sure if this is gonna work. Yeah, I did. Awesome.
Awesome.
Cool.
That is good, man.
The border top is that, yeah, okay. Yeah, this is correct. This is correct. This is it, guys.
This is looking good.
This is it. That's the post, right?
Yep, that's the post.
This is slightly different. I can they've basically just disabled the button. It'll get enabled once you click on it. Once you start typing stuff, it gets enabled. So I mean, I'm just gonna leave it like that for now. But I think the font size should change in the post button.
Yep.
Post BTN. BTN. Text decoration. None. Right, so that when you hover over it, there's no underline. And then I'm just gonna give it a font size of 14 pixels. Let's see what we have now. Cool. That's awesome, man. Now, that's our post. That's our actual post. This is looking legit. Now, what we can do is we can add a whole bunch of, so as you can see, guys, there's a little bit of an issue. Our background color gets applied to like only a certain point, and then after that, it doesn't get applied anymore. There's a small issue, and there's a reason why that's happening, and we'll deal with it, okay? So what I'll do is I'll start adding a whole bunch of posts now. Right, Harjot? I'll just add a whole bunch of posts.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna collapse the post, and then I'm just gonna add like a bunch. Great.
Yeah, okay, I'll be right back in like 2 minutes, eh?
Okay, cool, no stress. So that's it, guys. Like, we've added the posts now, and there's still a small issue. Like, when we scroll down, our background color over here, like, it disappears. And now if we start adding elements on our right side over here, for our which we want to be fixed, right? So on Instagram, all the elements on the right are actually fixed, and then like you can scroll down through all the different posts, and then whatever is on the right here remains fixed, right? So what we'll do now is we will firstly, let's just add a few elements to the right side over here, and then we're going to deal with how to fix the right hand side, and then how to make the left hand side scrollable. Okay, so let us do this. Now we will start working on the sidebar. Right, so I'm just going to collapse each post. So as you can see, guys, that was it's as simple as that, you know, to like build, you know, such platforms. Like, you just spend a day, you know, figuring out the styles, and then you can add functionality eventually using JavaScript. Sorry, I'm just trying to collapse everything so that it's a little cleaner. Great. And I think this is the last one. And we're sorted. Now we can move on to the sidebar. So now for the sidebar, let's break it down real quick. You see, we have like the profile details over there. I'm gonna call this profile details. This is dot profile details. And then under profile details, we have the suggestions for you. So I'm just gonna call it suggestions. And then under suggestions, we have, what do we have? Under suggestions, we have this nav links, I guess sidebar, I'll call it sidebar links, and then copyright. So I'm just gonna call it sidebar footer. So sidebar footer. Awesome. So let's start working on the profile details, right? So profile details again is like similar to like, you know, whatever we've been doing so far. I mean, this size looks similar to, is it? No, it looks slightly different actually. This size of this element looks slightly different, but let's see, let's crack this real quick. So let's see how we will style it. So we'll have two columns, right? And then we'll have inside the second column, which is going to have the name and then like the username and then the actual name of the person, right? So let's break that down, right? So basically we're dealing with the logo, not logo, profile. I mean, profile pic is a bit too small. I mean, we'll just style this uniquely as well. So I'm just going to say profile details pic. And then on the right hand side of that, we have the profile profile names, user details. And then inside that we have like, we could give two spans. So span dot username, and then we have a span dot name, just the name of the person. So for example, for me, it'll be like, my username is Akhil Bodio, and then my span is going to just be my name. And then I think we could reuse a few things that we have done before. But let's see what we get right now. So you can see that, yeah, we haven't actually put an image yet. So we can start by putting an image. I mean, just for...
Can you use the same component?
I could just use this, yeah?
Yeah.
I could just use this, yeah? The story image.
Yeah. Let me see the sizes. Yeah, you can use the story image, exactly the same size.
Yeah, great. So this is perfect almost. Now we just need to use display flex so that it appears in a column, right? So dot profile details. I'm going to do display flex so it appears in one line, and then align items center. And then inside profile details, we want to style the user details, right? For user details has to be display flex direction column, right? Because when we deal with spans, anytime we deal with spans, the inline element is always going to be horizontal. So it's just going to be horizontal. Flex direction is going to be column here, so that we can make elements appear one on top of the other, right? And then there also has to be some
Padding on the left.
Yeah, padding and margin and all that stuff. Let's see what we got.
Get that for you.
Okay, so I'm just gonna drill into it.
A margin left of 20 pixels.
Okay, yeah, thanks. So basically for profile details, right?
Yeah.
Margin left 20
I think
pixels.
they use the display flex center aligned it, eh? That's what they've done to center align it. Display flex align item center. But I think
For profile details.
yeah.
How
Let's
much is
see.
margin top?
Doesn't really have a margin.
I think it has, huh? Margin top 18, margin bottom
For the
10.
entire thing, yeah, and the entire thing has like 18 and 10 pixels on the bottom.
So I'll do margin top is 18 pixels, right is 0, bottom is 10 pixels, left is 0.
Correct.
Okay, so yeah, it's pulling through slowly. And then on the user details, I'm just gonna add a margin left. How much, dude? Like 10 pixels, maybe?
It's 20 pixels.
20 pixels.
Okay.
Okay, 20 pixels. And good. It's pulling through. And I think I'll just reuse whatever we did here in the header of a post. I think we already have a class, right?
Yeah.
I'll name. I'm just gonna reuse that in our app. And then let's see. Yeah, look. So it's profile name.
The
I think there's
time
some.
class for the name itself.
Huh?
The time. So 5 hours ago, wherever you style that, it's the style is quite similar for the name. You see?
Right. Yeah. Okay. Look. Actually, because profile name already had some margin, I'm just gonna stick with what we already had and just style that real quick. So username, the font size is 14 pixels, and then the font weight, if I'm not mistaken, is 600. And then for the name, as Arjot said, we already have similar styles for that. So the font size is like 10 pixels, and then the font weight
Just checking. Font size
is
is 12 pixels. Font weight is 400.
okay. And then color, I don't think the color changed.
Let's see. I need to use the color picker for that.
I think it's fine, dude. No, I did some fancy stuff. You can ignore my naming. So actually, I think there should be a little more padding at the top. So I just want to revisit what we did with stories, right? Let's see. So with stories, we added stories. We added padding 16. So I'll also do that. Instead of margin and all this stuff, I'll just add padding 16. Or actually, maybe for margin top, I mean, it's 18 pixels. Dude, I'm just wondering, like, it doesn't seem to align.
I see. So what we can just go back to our Instagram.
Yeah.
Quickly. The reason it's not aligning is we still need to add more padding on top. So it pushes it a bit down.
Right. So should I add a padding over here? Maybe like 6
10
pixels.
pixels.
10 pixels. Yeah, that looks good.
Coming out.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
coming out.
Now let's do the last part of it. The
Yeah.
sidebar.
Let's do the suggestions and we're almost done.
The entire thing is scrolling, eh? So we need to fix
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, we'll do that. So for suggestions, you can see that we could reuse the profile pic over here, the profile pic class. And then there's 3 columns, these 2 have to be in one div, and then we can push that to the right. And there's like a header, and then there's I don't think there's a footer really. Yeah, so let's do this. So for suggestions, I'm just going to say .suggestions header. Yeah, and then inside of suggestions header, we will just have the text saying suggestions for you. So I'll just put that into a span. Harjot, do you mind grabbing me the font size and stuff?
Yep.
Title. Suggestions for you. And then we have like we can just give an A tag. Class see all BTN. See all.
Okay, they're using a font size of 14 pixels, 100%. Font weight of 600.
Font size of 14 pixels.
Font weight of 600.
Color.
Color is 8E, 8E, 8E.
Hashtag 8E, 8E, 8E.
Yeah.
Epic. Let's see what we get. Whoa, oh, I didn't save my file. Cool, so suggestions for you. And then what I'll do now is I'm just going to do a display, on suggestions. On suggestions header, I want to do a display flex. And then I want to just do a justify content space between.
Epic, man.
Great. And then the see all BTN needs to be styled. I mean, I could just use, I think we'll just stick with the A tag, huh? What do you say?
Yeah, we can stick to the A tag. That's fine. We have to change the color to, I think it's gray or black. Let me find out.
So I'm gonna put
Definitely
black
not
now.
black.
Next. Duration none.
Yeah, it's like, it's like hashtag 26, 26, 26. The color for that.
Cursor pointer. Hashtag 26.
26, 26.
Hashtag 26, 26. Awesome. Oh, sorry. I just want to make cursor pointer. And then, dude, what's the font size?
Font size is,
14
It's
px.
just
I think it's
14.
14 px.
yeah, 14px.
Awesome.
Dude, that looks so good.
Then let us style the stuff inside it. So let's see how to do this, how to structure this. So firstly, we have we need to have two divs. So like suggestion profile area, and then the follow button, and then we just have the username, new to Instagram.
So
It should be quick. Yeah. Huh?
still loading on my side. I can't see the screen. Could you go back? Yeah. So what I'm thinking is you have the entire suggestions card. And then inside the suggestions card, you have that one row, and that one row has 3 columns,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, two divs. It's two divs, right? So it's technically 2 columns, but inside the second column we have 2 elements, 2 columns. Inside one of the divs we have 2 columns.
Yeah, works that. Works.
Cool. So we have suggestion, and then the actual suggestion will have like, suggestion details. And then we're just going to have an A tag follow, right? I'm going to call this class follow BTN. And it's just going to say follow. And then the suggestion details is going to have, a profile pic. And then inside the suggestion details, we're also going to have the username, profile name. So I'm just going to use we create a class up here in the header. I think we called it, let me see, profile name. So we're just going to reuse that span, right? So I'm just going to create a span, username. Actually, I think we called it profile name. And then we'll put like a profile name there. And then the profile pic, I'll just reuse Harjot's profile pic at the top here. So that's the nav bar. And there we go. This is exactly what I want. This is exactly what I want actually. And yeah, I'm just gonna add it over here. Okay. Let's see what we get. Awesome. So
Lit.
yeah, you can see that the items have popped up. Whoa, it looks a bit too small here.
Yeah, the image itself.
Yeah, I
I
think we
think-
need to make it bigger.
Yeah, we'll fix that.
Cool. So yo, Instagram has used different sizes all over the place, yeah?
Just the images, eh?
Yeah, it's crazy. Suggestion pick.
Not as bad as Twitter. Twitter was worse.
Yeah. Got suggestion pick. And yeah. I mean, let me just do the display flex stuff. Yo, Harjot, in the meantime, do you mind just grabbing the font size? I mean, sorry, the size of that pic.
Okay, I'll get you that now.
And I'm just going to just style this now. So suggestion.
It's 32 pixels in height and width.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And we just add a border radius because, you know, we want to make it circular. And let's see what we got. Yo, it still
No.
looks really small. Okay, that's because I didn't save my file. Yeah, I think that looks about correct.
That's good.
Awesome. Then inside of suggestion pick, we also have that span. So, I mean, suggestion details has to have a display of a flex so that it appears in a row, right? So you can see I'm Harjot appeared in a row now. And then we need to also have for suggestion, the suggestion itself, right? We need to have a display of flex and a justify content of space between. And then you can see that it gets pushed back nicely. And lastly, we will just style the follow BTN. We're going to give it a font size of 14 pixels. And just going to give a text decoration. None. Awesome. Great. That looks about correct. Now we just need to space the elements out. So each suggestion should have like, you know, maybe a padding, you know, of 10 pixels, top, bottom. Maybe let's see, try put it all around. Let's see what happens. Is that fine? I guess so. Here, Jyot.
Yeah, it looks good.
Actually, I think it shouldn't be left and right.
Yeah, the right parts should be 0.
Yeah, and I think the font size is slightly smaller for follow. I think it's like 10.
Also doesn't have like a text decoration on it. It's 12 pixels and text decoration none on hover.
Yeah. Okay, wait, I just
Cool.
want to add a line items, center.
Sweet.
And lastly, we just need to say the last thing there, you know, new to Instagram.
Yeah.
Add that span. So that is going to be inside suggestion details, I guess, right under the image. No, sorry.
No.
It'll just be another span like this.
Yeah. You have to put that span in a div, eh? How are you
Correct.
gonna?
Yeah, correct. You're right. Suggestion, profile, details.
Cool.
I guess so.
Get the both fans in there. Just make the display flex for it and flex
Yeah.
direction column.
Dude, will this work? Text muted, isn't that like a bootstrap thing?
Okay. Didn't know
New
that.
Instagram. And we just need to do suggestion profile details. Cancel.
Dude, it's coming out so well.
Yeah. Suggestion profile details, display,
Flex,
Flex.
flex direction column.
flex, direction, column.
Just resize the text muted to some other. Let me get you.
I think let's just custom style it, dude.
Yeah, yeah, you can just overwrite text muted. The color was
Okay.
fine.
I think it had it like padding and stuff. I'm just gonna remove that.
Really? Okay.
Text muted.
Pixels 400 font weight. Okay.
Font size
12 pixels.
12 pixels.
Yeah. Font weight
And,
400.
font weight 400.
Yeah, and just give it a line height of 14 pixels.
Shouldn't that be done on the div?
No, on text muted is fine.
400.
Line height.
line. How much? 14 pixels.
14 pixels.
14 pixels.
Yeah.
Let's see this. Okay, I just
Okay.
need to add that.
Perfect. Padding left. Yeah.
I actually don't know how much.
What was it? 22 pixels. Was it?
It's
That's a bit too much. That's like 10 pixels. Margin left of 10 pixels.
Yeah, 10 pixels. Perfect.
Amazing.
And
So good.
I think for suggestion pick, no, not suggestion pick, suggestion details, we should do an align items.
Sensor.
Yeah, that is
That's-
it, dude. That is it.
That
Now
is
we'll just
amazing.
replicate that a couple of times.
Yes,
Have
that's-
multiple suggestions.
Dude, do you want to do the footer or do you want to do the mobile optimization now?
I mean, like we do have only 10 minutes to cut off, remember?
Yeah. So let's just do the mobile optimization and
Yeah,
yeah, I mean the
I mean,
footer
the
is easy.
pretty chilled out.
Yeah. You can still trip people to see this.
Yeah, I think let us do the scroll stuff because the sidebar has to be fixed. So let's sort that out. So let me just quickly collapse these. We're just gonna skip the sidebar footer, guys, because it's a lot of it's
That's
quite
okay.
similar to what we've been doing. Let's dive into the a little more important things. Let us start off with the scrollable stuff, right? So I'm just gonna collapse this post as well, so you can see all our divs nicely. Collapse the profile, I mean the sidebar. Yeah. And these are all our different stories. Just gonna collapse the stories as well. And you can see that now we just have to deal with the scrolling stuff regarding the container, right? So we only want the stuff that's in here, like on the left here, like in Instagram. We want the side stuff on the left here to be scrollable while the stuff on the right stays fixed, right? So we only basically want our content to be scrollable and not our sidebar. So what we'll do is we will find our content container, and then we will do an overflow of hidden so that, you know, anything that goes below it, right, is not going to be displayed. So if we do that now, you'll see that whatever is on the left side stays, right? And whatever is on the right side, oh, sorry.
Wait, dude, I was wondering as well.
when you try to scroll down, you know, it's not going to work because we've done overflow hidden, right? So what we need to do is we need to make the content scrollable, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm just gonna look for dot content, and we're just gonna do overflow y scroll. So now you'll see that when we try to scroll, it like the stuff on the right stays in the same place, and you're able to scroll through the whole thing. You know,
Fantastic, man. This is great.
that's it, guys. That is it. This is the Instagram clone now. Like this actually works. This is it. You know, the only issue that we have now is
Can I push my changes? I
yeah.
actually added some pictures on top.
Oh, should I pull the code?
Yeah.
Awesome. So I'm just gonna do git status. I'm gonna git add, git commit dash m, added posts, added sidebar, and then I'm just gonna do git pull
Push a minute.
Harjot's code. Oh, have you not pushed it yet?
Yeah, pull now.
Okay. I'm just gonna pull again. Awesome. Already up to
Perfect.
date. Oh, this is so cool. This looks legit. This can trip a lot of people. Jesus.
Yeah, let's do mobile optimization. Geez, dude, that's very trippy.
This is really trippy, dude. Oh my gosh.
Like after
Cool.
the
So,
live, we'll just like change the images, and then make it look very legit. Like we'll add
yeah.
like 3-4 different images.
Let me just get a little bit of this on the gram, just you know, to show progress. You know. Hey, what is up, guys? This is basically what we've done so far. Don't get tripped up. This is not the actual Instagram. This is the actual clone. As you can see, you know, it's pulled through quite nicely.
This is
Awesome,
amazing,
awesome.
man. Awesome.
Yeah.
Dude.
It's crazy how much you can do in like just 3 hours here.
Yeah, man. This is crazy. Okay, now let's just make it mobile optimized because a lot of users will probably be opening our link on the mobile.
Yeah,
So
true.
let's jump right into it.
Awesome. So now what I'll do is I'm going to create a new file for allowing us to mobile optimize. So I'm going to say mobile-styles, right? And then inside our index.html, I'll come to the top over here, and then I'm just going to add a new link. And I'm going to say, I just want to point it to mobile styles. So in mobile styles now, I'm just going to drag this to the right side. And inside mobile styles, the first thing that we want to do now is we really just want to, let's just see what Instagram is doing. So I'm just going to inspect this. And then I just want to go into this responsive mode, right? And you can see that like on big screens, it looks like decent, right? And then as we scroll down, like I just observed like, you know, the height and width over here. So that's the width and that's the height, right? We only care about the width. So as I scroll down, I'm scrolling and I've just gone below about, yeah, I mean, it breaks below 1000. The moment it's below 1000, the sidebar totally disappears and then everything becomes centered. And as we keep scrolling further, you can see that at some point it becomes, you know, it just fills the screen completely. And then we keep going, and then there's a little bug there by Instagram, and then that bug goes. And then you can see this is what it looks like in mobile. So we'll just quickly add this. It's actually a whole lot simpler than you guys would expect, right? So we just need to know about the different breakpoints, right? So you can see that the first breakpoint is at 1000. So when the width is 1000, right? The screen, a few things change, okay? So how we'll do that is we'll use something called media queries, right? So I mean, Harjot, I just want a quick like recap on.
Okay, so what we can do is just type at media,
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of that the syntax, dude. Is it me at media and then
Media
directly
and
max
then
width,
max width of 1000 pixels.
1000 pixels?
And then inside that,
yeah.
first thing we're gonna do is get rid of the sidebar, because the moment it drops below 1000 pixels, the sidebar disappears. So we'll say sidebar none, display none for
Yeah.
sidebar.
So remember, guys, whenever you're overwriting the styles, you need to use what you have in your styles.css, like whatever you've done before, because you're kind of overwriting those styles when you're in mobile, right? So sidebar will be a display of none. So it'll totally disappear. So now if we test this out, let's actually test this out. I'm going to inspect again. And you can see that I'm above 1000, I'm above 1000, I'm chilling. And then the moment I go below 1000, like it disappears.
Cool.
Right?
Awesome. Now,
think,
the other thing to notice is it also center lines, like Instagram center lines as well. So I think we should also center line.
I think there's a little bit of an issue with our sidebar. It might be a bit long. I mean, we can just set the width. I think the width is slightly smaller than this. I think actually we can just do that. Oh, it is 293 pixels. Okay, I'm not sure why there's a big gap over here. Yeah, it's kind of messing the God flow.
Well, that's
I mean,
fine.
yeah, I mean, like, let's just focus on the mobile optimization based on what Instagram has done. We can always just make this slightly smaller, you know, we can make the width slightly smaller. It's a small issue to fix. So you can see that the moment I've crossed, this looks, I think, Harjot, I think it's slightly different. Am I at 100% or what? Like,
I mean, we can solve that later, eh? That issue.
Yeah. I mean, should we just continue doing mobile optimization based on what?
Let's finish that, because I think that's very important.
So you can see I'm going in, I'm going in, I'm going in. I've hit 1000. I'm about to hit 1000 and bam, it's gone. Right, I'm right below 1000 right now, 1000 pixels over here. And you can see that everything is on the left. So now we need to just center align everything that's going to be in our content container, right? So content
display, yeah.
We'll do a display of flex.
Justify
and
content.
we justify content, right? Justify content
I will
center.
center lines.
And you can see we're in mobile mode and it's center aligned, and you can still
Yeah.
scroll.
And
And keep going. Let's see the next breakpoint here. So
Okay.
crossed 1000.
Before that, you need to fix the nav bar. The nav bar should be 100% of the screen. So nav bar inner.
So do you think we can just do that right over here? We can just do.
Yeah, you can do it right over there. For nav bar inner, just give it a width of 100%.
So basically, guys, why we're giving 100% here is when we were doing our navbar inner, we basically made it, we gave it a fixed width of 975 pixels, but now we don't want that. Now we want it to just adjust according to the screen size. So we'll do 100%. So it'll adjust according to the screen width, right? So this is what Instagram does. Dude, this is tripping me really badly because I see Jay Shetty in both places. Okay, so you can see that now our Instagram is kind of working, but there's a little bit of an issue on the right hand side. We just need to remove that margin and we're pretty much sorted. So as we get smaller, you know, we just need to remove that margin.
And get rid of the search bar. We're fixing Instagram.
Yeah, we'll fix the bug that Instagram made. So I just want to see exactly what the breakpoint is in when it like fills the screen completely.
Yeah, it's just before that, around 630, 640, somewhere around that. It should break at 640 because I saw a small change happening.
Yeah, do you see that?
640. The margin goes away, the top margin.
Damn. Okay, yeah. So definitely 640 is another breakpoint that we're dealing with. So we'll do the same thing, right? But now the max width is going to be 640 pixels. And what we'll do is now the things that are changing, we need to remove.
The padding top goes away, so you can just get rid of that padding.
In content container, right? So let's keep that. So this padding top.
Wait, hold on. Is it content container or navbar inner?
I think it's content container, right? Isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah, look, Instagram's content container is like it
Okay, cool.
sticks to the top.
But like, oh, look at navbar inner as well. There's some padding on the top. Just look at that on the left and right. It has 20 pixels.
Go below the breakpoint. Okay, I see what you're
Yeah.
saying. Let's see what
Yeah.
how Instagram is. Yeah, I think the padding is gone in navbar inner. Should I just say padding 0?
Yep.
Padding 0. So it's going to apply 0 to all sides. Let's see this now. And that looks great.
Great.
But as you can see, there's still a margin right over here. And I think we added margin right. Let's see. Was it in our content? I think it was in content. No.
Not content.
Stories.
Wait. So we had the sidebar just before the sidebar. Whatever it was. It's the posts.
No. No.
Content.
Content.
Has the margin.
Yeah.
So for content,
So-
just get margin 0.
0.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to put margin 0 all around. And you can see that is it, guys. That is what.
Amazing.
That is it.
man.
And that's it for mobile
Yeah, I think you have to
optimization.
get rid of the border top and bottom for the cards.
Border
Just-
top and bottom.
Yeah, just look at like
Hello?
real Instagram.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I mean, that's a small issue. I mean, we're a little bit past time right now, but I think
Also,
this is.
you also have to do display none for the search bar.
Yeah.
I think.
What did we call it? Let's
Search
do that.
bar.
Search bar. Search bar.
Yeah.
So the search bar.
Display
I'm just
none.
going to display of none. It'll disappear completely now.
Can we just finish that border part and then we can close off?
Okay, awesome. Let's do that real quick. So
And then,
we have to just go back to our post. I think we call it post. Let's see. Just let's cross check, because remember, guys, whatever you put in your mobile CSS has to align with what you've done here. So I think it was header, right? So for the header, we just want to do border none. Remove the border totally. Let's see that. And there we go. Border is gone. And background color can become transparent, you know. Background can become transparent. So it'll be the same as whatever is in the previous content that's below. Behind this card. Yeah. So let's see how Instagram is now. And yeah, that is it, guys. It's pretty much the same. That's a clone for you.
that is amazing.
Holy crap, this is very confusing actually. Yeah, this is it, guys. It's also mobile optimized now.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Insane. Guys, if you have any questions or anything, you can drop them on the comments.
Shout out Rose. Rose says that this looks awesome. Thank you so much, Rose. That's great stuff. I hope you were able to follow along. And yeah, I mean, we'll push this code up. You'll be able to play around with it. And we'll put it on our social media platforms as well, so you guys can play around with it. Awesome.
On
Cool.
Netlify, and make sure it's live. You can share it with your friends, trick them. Because dude, like, it looks so legit.
Okay, yeah. I can't. Oh wait, there's one more small thing, guys. I just want to really do this real quick.
Of course.
Just want to add the tab icon. You know,
Of course, yes.
have to. So link tab icon. Okay, it's not gonna work. I think I have to say fab icon like that, right? Or just
Yeah.
icon.
And yeah.
And then it's inside assets. Fab icon with PNG. And then the type is actually image PNG.
Lovely.
Let's see. There we go.
Dude.
Awesome. Awesome. This is it, guys. Oh, this is so cool. Oh my gosh, this is so worth it. That's
People
the
pushing-
power, guys. Like within 3 hours, just look at what we just managed to do.
People
And then like,
pushing it. You wanna like just change the pictures so that we can actually trip people?
yeah, I
Because
mean, people,
I
you guys are
just-
happy to leave like now, you know, if you want to, but we're just gonna make a few minor modifications to this app. Might as well just do it live. So yeah, Harjo, do you have any pictures? Like, let me go to the real Instagram and get
Man,
some.
you get pictures there.
Yeah. Should I go to
Let's
my
get
profile?
one picture of us on it. Why not?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, look, there's a picture of us right here.
Of course, let's get that.
Awesome. So I'm just gonna inspect, and I just want to grab the link.
We are so ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, this is so cool, man. And I'm just gonna grab the. Let's grab the whole image. Copy element. Let's go back to our
You want
post.
copy element or okay, that's fine.
I hope it doesn't break, eh? Let's see.
Second, change to the second post. Let the
Yeah,
first one
let's
be
do the second post, right?
verification.
Yeah. Second post. Yeah.
Did you give it like a custom class or anything?
No, nothing.
Okay, that's fine then. That will work.
It
Okay.
shouldn't give us any
Change
issues.
the username to your username.
Oh no. Oh, there we go. What? Why?
Where did it go?
Not sure, man.
Hmm.
Not sure what the issue is. Is it below? Huh.
Where did it disappear?
What am I changing? I'm changing something wrong. Yep, I think I changed something. Did I? Huh.
Post picture.
Okay, dude, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna copy these two things because these are the most important things.
And
And
Control Z. Control Z.
Command Z. Yeah, this is it. I just want to replace the source.
Lit.
Yeah.
And change Jay Shetty to.
Oh, dude, I'm changing the profile picture up there.
Oh damn. Okay.
Jeez.
That's fine. That's still fine. Leave it as it is.
Okay, cool. And then we change the profile picture below. I mean the image below. Yeah, this is what I was looking for.
Oh, now you don't have the entire thing copied. Eh?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Copy, paste. Awesome. Let's see what we got. Okay, so we're using background image cover over here. That's why we're getting a little bit of an issue. Or, I mean, we're not using that. Are we not using that over here?
For body.
We just need to set the width to 100% and it should work. So it'll fit the parent container. There you go.
Lit, dude. Just change to our name and we can deploy that.
Perfect. Let me change the username to.
Or do you want to put your picture on it as well?
Nah, dude, admin now. Like, as long as people are able to tell, like, you know, it's different. Yeah. Cool.
Awesome.
Holy
Lit.
crap! This is blowing my mind, man. And we built
Okay,
this.
push your code now. Push your code. I wanna deploy this.
Yeah, deploy it on Netlify.
Yeah, I'm
Git
gonna deploy on Netlify. Just gonna quickly do that.
-m mods. Awesome.
Lit, dude.
So now you can share your screen maybe, and then you can show
Yeah,
the
I can
deployment
do that.
process.
I'll be sharing my screen now. Cool. So this is Instagram clone. Why can't I find a repository? This is so weird.
What did you call it?
Okay. Where are all my repositories? It's called Instagram clone.
Come on, do just download it and drop it there, man.
Of course, yeah, I can do that. Easiest way.
Yeah.
We'll go back. I'm just gonna go back quickly. This is the easiest way you'll ever deploy. It says deploy 1 minute ago, so I'm just gonna download a zip. Move that zip to the desktop. Extract that. Got that there. Just gonna drop this folder on Netlify now. Sweet.
Awesome.
Okay, site has deployed. Let's rename this option, edit site name. We'll call it Instagram clone Zio HTML, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So let's open this in a new tab.
Bam, that's right. Just 3 hours of effort, guys. Just within 3 hours, we were able to build this. And now the next thing would be to configure some sort of back end, however you get the data. You could do this in React using an advanced framework like React or Node. I mean React or Angular. And yeah, guys, that is pretty much it.
This is great.
Yeah, Laura, awesome stuff. Like this is awesome stuff, guys.
Hey, yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
Awesome, guys. Awesome.
Cool. So yeah, thank you so much for attending, guys. If you're watching the recording, please give us a thumbs up, and follow us on our socials. And we're very excited to bring more content like this to you guys. If you ever have any suggestions on what kind of clones you would like us to do, please definitely let us know in the comments. So thank you so much.
Awesome.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Bye.
Bye.